That's it. Welcome along to the MCG Sunday afternoon football. It is the Swans taking on the Bombers. This game was meant to be in Brisbane last night. It got relocated due to the situation up there. So the players have had to fly down here, get ready to roll. Unfortunately, it has meant no Sunday rub, which has really caused some angst in the team because they wanted to do the full 1 hour 20 preview, Duck. Be fair to say we're flat that we didn't get to do it.
Yeah, and sometimes you get a Bradbury, and that's what we've got today. We've had some shockers, Brownie, the last couple of days, a couple of bad results, and we're at the MCG today. I reckon we're going to have a really good game.
Let's hope so, Duck, because this round has been nothing short of boring so far, so we need a good game. I like being here. I think it's great. I'm really keen to see how the Bombers, I reckon they're just slowing down a little bit. The hype of the Bombers as we get towards August, and the middle of August, is just dying down a bit. Big game for them today.
Ross Lyon is here. Busy week as always, Rossi.
Yeah, always flat out. Feel blessed to be here. The game of the round.
Yes.
Absolutely pumped. And look, I'm missing the rub.
Yes, well, disappointingly, so we couldn't do a full 2 hour 20 analysis about Ros and what is happening with his job situation. But let's not talk about
going.
That. Yeah, but firstly, mate, you've been in the cut and thrust of coaching. How have you viewed what happened at Hawthorn in the last 72 hours? It was an extraordinary period for the football club.
I held my line on the Alistair Clarkson in that.
You did?
I didn't like how it was handled. I thought it was an ad hoc handover. I thought it was borderline disrespectful for what he's achieved for the club. I never made a statement on whether he'll go and stay. That wasn't my area.
No.
But, so clearly it's come to a head, and there'll be some other media commentators from other agencies would have some egg on their face, really, because they're really questioning what was said. So it's all come to a head. They all get clean air. I think it's Jeff Kennett's not his finest moment. I've got some passionate Hawthorn supporters. Basically, you've got a rookie coach, you've got a 4-time premiership coach that's gone out the door in not in the esteem he should have.
No.
I think you've got an unrestless membership group, and you've got a lot of pressure on the incumbent. It's very messy. F-true.
Unfortunately, in our industry, there's not too many fairy tale finishes. That's sport.
Yeah.
That is sport, yeah.
It's a good point you make, but you wouldn't expect it to finish like that, would you?
No, I agree.
I think Sam Mitchell's trajectory has just gone up since Howie said he was remarkable. Since that moment, Sam Mitchell has just taken all the force.
I think that's when they signed him, I reckon.
Yeah.
The
Sunday rub.
Does that mean Jeff Kennett listens to us?
Yeah, no doubt.
They signed him up.
It's the catalyst. Sometimes you look back in history and you miss things. Yeah. But hopefully when they look back, they go to that Sunday and that moment where a remarkable coach was unearthed.
Yep. Jeez, I hope it works out there. Right. I hope Mitch has got a few premierships in him. Now, you're our investigative man here. Normally, Jay-Z would pump the questions into Ross about what's happening in his world. So, as our man, number 2 to Jay-Z.
Hang on, nothing's changed. I can do this. I'll conduct it. There's nothing changed in the landscape.
No, nothing changed in the landscape.
No, well, Alistair Clarkson is available.
Yep.
And at the moment, there's one club, which is Collingwood, that's looking for a coach. I don't know how they can't land him. The president needs to land him.
Yeah,
I don't think there's any choice here.
I've got a mate that.
Here we go.
I've got a mate, and
what's your source?
His name's Heinzie. And he used to give me all this info.
Yes, Heinzie.
He says that he says it's an exclusive just for you, Duck.
Right.
Richo rings me this morning and says, "Has Heinzie called you?" I said, "Yep." So he gives it out to a few.
So what was Heinzie's
Anyway,
thought?
Heinzie reckons that Clarko 100% is going to be at Collingwood.
So we're bringing to the radio.
It seems like a good fit, doesn't it?
Hang on. We're bringing to the radio a mate of Duck called Heinzie. And we're talking about his opinion on a Sunday afternoon. Is that
no, he's actually got some things right. He got the Cyril Rioli wanting to leave Hawthorn way before.
Did he have me going to Fremantle?
I also read another thing today that was online in the Herald Sun.
Was Heinzie quoted?
No. This is Sheehan Inc. This is the Two Phones Tony Sheehan, who went with. There's been a leaked email, and he can't confirm whether it's real or not. So I wonder how you can write about an email which he doesn't understand whether it's real or not.
I know why he can write about it because it's
Sun.
Tony Sheehan.
But what was the What was
a leaked email about who they need at the football club. This has been Carlton, obviously. What players will be going, what players will be putting up for trade.
And did he mention all of those?
All these names without it. But it didn't say who the actual email was from. He just said there's an email.
We've all seen it.
Yeah.
We've all seen it.
Can I just say,
and by the way, in our industry, the other thing, I want to say big well done to Caroline Wilson and also Sam McClure, who've been strong on this. And you know what? How many people have actually said sorry that went so hard at her having that opinion?
I think Gary Lyon, I heard him apologise.
He apologised? Yep. Well done, Gary.
Jay's there, we listen to this. He loves to bring news on here, and so far we've brought Heinzie Ducksmate to the table and a potential leaked email that we don't know if it's true. So it'd be fair to say we're missing Jay.
She and Ink.
Correct. Now, what is happening?
This way, let's be honest, Jay-Z makes it up as well.
He does not make it up. He does not make it up. Hey, well done to the Kookaburras in a penalty against the Dutch, a penalty shootout. Although it's
is this the hockey people?
Yeah, that's right, the Kookaburras. So they go through to the semi-final in the Olympics against the Dutchies. Now, Choice Hotels round the grounds. What are the Hawks doing, Chu?
I'll tell you what, Howie, they're looking pretty good at this stage. We're halfway into the second quarter. They're 6-3-39. Leading the Lions by 25 points, 2-3-15.
I thought Jay-Z. Oh, no, it's Shoeman.
Sorry.
Ross, when there is a payout on an AFL coach, okay, so say Alistair Clarkson, they're talking about the fact that he's owed 900. So I'm fascinated with
that's a bit unders for Clarko.
But is that a one EFT payment? So one day he's sitting here and then the next day you've got an extra 900, obviously taking tax out, so it's probably around 480. So
you don't pay that much tax. You don't pay 420,000.
Well, you pay 47.5% tax.
Yes, you do.
When was the last time you paid that with all your shelf companies and candle situations?
That's been a long time, but
Yeah, correct.
Is that the way? Does it go in one lump
Look,
sum?
normally I don't deal in hypotheticals.
Yep.
But on this occasion I will.
Yes.
Hypothetically, that's how it works.
Oh,
And-
very
and-
The
nice.
lump comes in.
That's why you should do contracts only in net figures.
Explain that, Doug.
Well,
I feel this is going to tie back into a duck situation here.
No, well, it sort of does. But I remember I said to the Chook, Chicken Nixon back with my last deal, I said, don't give me gross, just do a net contract. I just want net.
So you only wanted to know the net number.
Net figure.
So he had to pay the tax for it.
So I don't care how the
Well, that's
tax
the
is
problem.
paid.
Because when no one else at North were getting paid.
The net- well, we had to do Chook raffles
to cover you. So the Hawks leading.
Who ran that chook raffle? Who put that video out? Remember that chicken?
Oh, yeah.
That was
It was Simo.
That was Simo. Very immature.
Bob Jane T-Mart's the number one man. Get world-class deals on world-class brands. Buy 3, get 1 free instant cashbacks. BobJane.com.au. Robbo, we have got a bit of energy that we haven't had to spend in the preview. Always nice to see you, great man. How are you?
Good, Howie. And I know Heinzie. He's a very reliable source. Geez, he can sell a house, Heinzie, I tell you.
Yes, that's him.
I tell you what, we've got sunshine, which is good. No rain on the radar, not like yesterday and last night, I tell you. West-southwest winds, so a little coolish down here. It's been turned on its head, Howie, hasn't it?
Yep.
So from the Gabba to the MCG, but hats off to the AFL to get this round underway. Super Sunday, as we know. Let's see if Essendon and Sydney can turn up. The Eagles and St Kilda pressing for a spot in the 8. Abysmal. They were dismal. See if Essendon can actually show something against the Swans. They've dropped Hooker and Zaharakis in this Don side, and Sydney bring in Mills and Cunningham. The med subs, Braden Ham and Dylan Stevens for the Sydney Swans. I'm going for Sydney. Buddy Franklin beats the one-match ban, and the Swannies will beat the Dons today at the G.
Love it, Robbo. Nice to have you on board, as always. We don't have long here, Duck and Ross, but we get to see a bit of Sydney. I always get excited when I come to watch them because they've got talent on every line. You've got the likes of Heaney and Buddy and these young blokes. They're exciting, Rossi boy.
Premiership profile at the moment, Howie.
Yeah.
Attack 1, defence 2. Unbeatable if they keep that going. If they can maintain that profile, it means they're playing great footy and they'll win. So, massive turnaround to kids. Horse Longmire, I know they're talking about Pike, but Horse's steady hands on those reins have been incredible. And can Essendon get their game back? Can they get it back on track? Can they get that attack, that run, that surge footy going again?
Yeah, I can't believe the turnaround. John Longmire, Coach of the Year for me. The turnaround from where Sydney were last year to where they sit now, Howie.
Yep.
I agree. They've got X Factor. They've got that middle run going really well. And then you've got the Kennedys, the Parkers and the Buddies and the Rampies.
Been there, done
They've
that.
got the
Know how to take
top
them.
end, big solid middle and talented youngsters.
Love it.
All right, we're just about set for a start here. Two-man, statistically, for our good mates at Red Z. What do you got, big boy?
Spoke about Sydney past month. Number 1 in attack, number 2 in defence.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. 2 clubs eyeing off a spot in the 4 and the 8. Bounce in the middle's a beauty. Big Drape up against Hickey. Hickey won that one down perfectly. Parker couldn't take it with him. Draper picked it up and got it out. Quick handball. Heppel off half back. Can he pick it up on centre wing? He can't. Coming in hard was Hewitt. Ball pinging around at the moment. The umpire picks out a free kick and it's going to go to the Bombers. And that'll go to Cutler.
And just looking at the matchup,
Durham.
Francis gone forward, normally plays back, assuming the hooker roll down there.
Ball, ill-directed, fisted away. Parker got one high. Then he dropped it. Umpire will ping him. Well done by Parrish. So Parrish gets the free kick on the point of the square. He'll look up and he'll see a crowd at 50.
Parrish, what a season he's having. He just about won every medal there is to win. Goes forward inside 50. 2 metre Peter comes out. Coming back the other way, McInerney at ground level. The Swans in possession. Lloyd, normally good with ball in hand, searches towards Reid. He's clean bowled. Picking up his Haywood. It'll be a free kick to Reid. He got one in the back on the half-back line.
Good to see him back, Sam Reid. Talented unit. He goes lateral across the goal. He's defending to Cunningham. Cunningham, another short ball. Just chipping it around Sydney. They like to hold it up at McInerney. 20 metres out from the goal. He's defending. He comes back to the commentary side and Lloyd steps inside, has a bounce, low ball. He got it out towards Haywood, who's got the runners on. Parker into the middle, but that was a little bit adventurous because now the Bombers get in. Can they win the footy back? Merritt's in there. So too Parrish going back in and laying a tackle with Snelling, and the ball just pops out in the end, and it's a high 50-50 footy on the outer side.
McCartan in pursuit on the outer side. He tries to scoop it out towards Mills. So the Swans have got it on the outer side through Dawson. They go back to McCartney. He tries to slide one down the line. Langford, boundary line, and Redman keeps it in.
So not a lot happening early stages. That man again, Redman, steps over the boundary line and push and shove. He takes his angry pills before the game, Redman. I like it about him though.
Ross, you know how many young blokes become obsessed with fishing?
Yeah.
He took the binoculars 3 days ago. I don't know what he's done with them, but there's 4 of everyone on screen and I can't see what's happening.
Might have been a drop in the ocean.
I don't know what he's done, Ross,
That's
but he's
quite
made it
funny
hard.
by the Penguin. I like more of that stuff on a Sunday afternoon.
I don't see a thing.
Sydney win it back to McInerney. He's at half back, goes towards half forward. The Bombers with the numbers, jumping over the top was Verde, but getting back was my man, Angry Pills Redmond.
Outside 5.
And George Hewitt has gone to Parrish here in a go-with role.
Redmond goes short to Merritt. I can see 3.5 of him through the binoculars.
It's a sound guy going early on the crowd early.
Yeah, I think you might be right, Nate.
He's noisy.
Down the line.
Looks like it's about 120,000 people in it.
Goes to Langford. Now Smith. The Bombers have got it on the outer side. Heppel goes inside and he hits Stringer, who takes a mark on his chest. A big Jakey's about 30 out on a very tight angle.
That is the line.
The new contract duck, he's up and about, isn't he?
He is, and this is a part of his game, Howie, that he's much improved in. His set shot goal kicking. He had a period there where he wasn't great at this facet of the game at all, but this year he's 14-5 from set shots.
Stringer in the bright blue boots. He might have got new boots with the new deal.
New wheels.
The opening goal of the match. Stringer runs in, jogs off to the side, and just pops it home with ease. Does Jakey Boy. Bombers 1 straight. The Swans yet to get rolling. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard supporting Spartans with 7:30am opening hours, trade prices and free delivery from over 100 Beacon lighting stores.
The sound guy actually went lower when he kicked that goal. I didn't understand that.
It just goes to show you Jake Stringer. So over his career, two-man, I reckon, what is he, about a 55? What is he?
56%.
56% this year, so now he's 15-5 this year. So he's clearly done some work on it and much improved in that area.
Well, we saw in the Carlton game, if you kick straight, you put teams under pressure.
Absolutely.
I think St Kilda were 3 goals, 4 or 5, and they were like 7-1, bang.
He's great to watch, Jake Stringer, good or bad. I like the good and I like the bad.
I like the boots too.
And that was Heppel's delivery inside. Composed, just held it on the left foot, weighted it.
As Pago
used
used to say, son, if you're going to wear boots like that, you'd want to get a kick.
The Mac family has arrived at Macca's. Get a free limited edition glass at every medium or large Mac family meal. Bounce in the middle, Parrish again. Swans haven't been forward so far. Fisted away, free kick picked out to the Swans, and Mills wide, Hickey been really good, almost fell over out there, looked like a big giraffe. He gets the handball back around the outside, and ball goes down to half forward. Slow build up again for the Swans here. Franklin leads, still 2 kicks from home, just in front of Laverty.
The big bud. A situation with the MRO this week. Got cleared there. Goes short to Goulden. Exciting young player. He's got the same blue boots on as Stringer. This kick smothered Laverde with a bit of a sling tackle on the outer flank. And no one's getting out of that.
And Devon Smith's gone with the blue wheels too, Howie. I'm not sure he's in the form that Jacob Stringers is, so he might be looking for a lift.
They're exclusive to form players, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, when they're that loud, Brownie.
Merritt in form, right up there in my Brownlow tracker. High ball to centre wing, 2 metre Peter. Drop the footy, there's that man Devon Smith. Handball, that's his first of his career. Left foot down towards half forward. Stringer did well, tried to palm it out of the way of Parrish, but Stringer's going to get a free kick, and he plays on quickly to half forward. Here's Shield, couldn't get it on the first attempt, went back, got it. Parrish off the Merritt, left foot, good kick inside forward 50, beautiful kick, and he got it out to Langford, who was going back with the flight. That was perfect placement.
Does Merritt get the
accolades
that he deserves?
I think he got the contract he deserves.
I think a
5-year net deal, Doug.
Fair enough too, because he's a superstar, I reckon.
Well, that kick, the degree of carefulty, they were closing, he turned, his ability to scan in like a half a second.
Career best form this man. To Langford, set shots this year, 8 and zip. 8 straight, 48. Langford, 48 directly in front, City End on its way. Now he's 9 straight. Big start for the Bombers at the MCG, 2 straight 12. The Sydney Swans are yet to score. That's on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, earlier you look for energy. You sit in the box and you used to talk about bodies flying. I want to see bodies flying. You want to see the energy. And it doesn't mean you're going to go on with it, but it's going to give you a chance. So Essendon here, because you watch teams and you think, they're half a metre off here, and that's how they are all day. And you think, well, it's not quite right, but they look like they've rolled up, got to the line, mentally in good shape, fresh, and really ready to challenge the Swans.
Triple M Red said Darcy Parish only 4 touches in the second half of last week's game. He's already racked up 5, and a clearance and inside 50s a 4-zip Bombers way.
And that says why George Hewitt's got to tighten up on him.
Ross Lyon, Wayne Carey, Triple M Cbus Super Specials, delivering consistent long-term return for members. Cbus from all of us. That's your Dennis Lilly, Jeff Thompson style combination on a Sunday.
Looks like Hewitt's now gone to Merritt.
Yeah, in the centre bound.
Yeah.
So Duck and Ross, without the preview, they just seem right on top of their game. Hewitt.
Well, we're fresh, Howard.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Very different, to be honest. And now Heaney gets his first touch. He's got the spearmint boots on. They drive it forward, Sydney, to the little man out of Bunyip. Papley.
Before he marked it, he was pointing back towards the goal to say, I'm having a shot.
Yeah. I like everything about this man.
Back to goal, too. He didn't even, like the arm went backwards.
It did, didn't it? He marked it, the arm went back as if to say, no, don't lead, don't bother, don't waste your energy. I'm having a ping.
30 goals, 23 from the Bunyip Flyer in season 2021. Leans back on it, hits it sweetly, jogs in and says, that's what I can do. Papley loves everything about it. The Swans get there first. The Bombers 2 straight, Sydney 1 straight. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard supporting Sparkies with 7:30am opening hours. Trade prices and free delivery from over 100 Beacon lighting stores.
And we spoke about Merritt's kick, but Kennedy's wasn't far behind him. And the common thread on both of them was they took the heat, the pressure closing, just the scan and hit. A lot of players in Kennedy's situation just would have banged it to the top of the square, but he took the physical heat closing on him and off one step, lowered his eyes, bang. Yep.
Nice finish by Papley. They've got a good spread of goal kickers too, man. We looked at this last week. I reckon they've got 5 20-plus goals, Brownie, and that is a very, very good sign when you've got that.
Yeah. Sure is, Duck. Triple M Cbus Super Special Comments delivering consistent long-term returns for members. Cbus for all of us, Duck and Ross in the back row. So a good fast start. 3 goals in 9 minutes. 2 to the Bombers, 1 to the Swans. Bounce in the middle for McDonald's and Ream. Re-rock footy. Shield went through without the footy. Parrish, another stat. Got the ball out wide. Durham got it to Merritt. Merritt, left foot, low ball. Looking for and finding a teammate out there in Ham. So a slow build up now. Kicks it inside forward 50. And Big Draper works his way to the front and takes a nice mark. Pretty much uncontested in the end.
Well, this part of the game he does really well. I love the way he competes. Geez, he looks like that bloke off The Simpsons. You know, when Montgomery Burns asked him to shave the sideburns. Anyway,
Mattingly.
Yep, this is the part though. This could hit his knee, Howie.
Right. That doesn't sound ideal.
He did not make the distance from 30 a few weeks ago. Big Draper. He's a big man. That is not going to make the distance either. Through for a rush behind in the end, and the Bombers are 2-1-13. Sydney 1 straight 6 Triple M Bacon trade scoreboard.
But there's always that game within a game with the ruckman. Each one's trying to take the other forward and get the early goal on him to grab that ascendancy. And Hickey would have breathed a sigh of relief there when it didn't go through.
The Bacon trade scoreboard, that sounds tasty.
Yes,
doesn't it?
Yes, Howard.
Heaney, pinpoint out of defence to his mate Mills. Immediately plays on. He wants to split it to the outer side. And he got options out there. And Sydney just working it across the half-back line at the moment. Mills goes inboard to Blakey. He's got the bright pink boots, so it's multicoloured out there at the moment. Comes across to fantastic Mr. Fox. He's got the light green. And now out to a man in white boots. And that is Ollie Florent. From pink to blue to green to white. No black involved out there. Ollie plays on. Down towards the big Bud. He uses his body and he's pushed to the side. And Laverde, Duck, he's having a good year.
Very good year.
Gets it out to Hind. Recruit of the year. Goes back. Ridley. And the goal square is defending. He's got Laverde. He's got a couple of players out this side. One of them is Stewart. He wants a low darting ball. He goes there now. Also, Cox is there, can't mark the foot. He went down to ground level. Goulden was there, got it out to McInerney, just missed him. McInerney went back to Lloyd. Lloyd panicked a little bit, got the ball out. Francis, another one to Shield. What's he got to go to? He opens up his vision, tries to get it to Tip and Woody, but he's kicked a little bit too much on it, and Cunningham marks it.
Bob Jane T-March, thanks for the binoculars, Robbo. You're a good man.
That's all right, and Laverde is the only player with black boots on in both sides.
There you go. Bob Jane T-Marts, get world-class deals on world-class brands. Buy 3, get 1 free, instant cashback. BobJane.com.au. Heaney in the bright sunshine on the outer side. Lights are on at the MCG. Goes to the big man in the pocket. Buddy marks. How many goals did he kick to, the big Buds?
983 career goals, Howie.
Okay, so he needs a little bag at some point just to boost him up there or play some finals.
Just fell over, Cutler. Ended up being too easy. But this, believe it or not, on Buddy's left foot, you'd expect this to be his side, but it's not. He prefers this other side, Howie.
He does.
The way he swings the footy.
Love it, Duck. She's on 983. A little graphic up on the Harvey Norman. The road to 1,000 for the big Bud. To open his account for the afternoon. Plays on. Swings around now on the left. Piercing looking ball. A little bit skinny, Duck. You picked it, as you always do. The Swans 1-1. The Bombers 2-1. And that is all on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Choice Hotels around the grounds, Stu. What are the Hawks doing?
Half time, and the Hawks are up by 24 points. 7-4-46 to Brisbane. 3-4-22.
What did the Brisbane Lions trail by at half time last week, Ash?
Ooh, good question, Brownie.
It was 27. Cox got the ball out, looking for teammate there in Perkins. Couldn't control it. Ball underneath the big pack, and the umpire will ball it up.
And two-man, with the Roo boys threatening to catch yesterday, were you cheering on for a win, or were you happy to see an honourable loss?
We're a proud club, Howie. Quite happy with the honourable loss, actually.
Umpire quickly comes in. Draper up against Hickey. Hickey won it, only as far as Cox, who's tackled, trying to get through a couple of those tackles. Now the ball pops out. Holding the ball, the umpire said he had too much time to get rid of it, and a free kick will go to Florent.
We're alluding to the national draft and pick one, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. That's exactly
is there a standout? Pick one.
I think the standouts are father-sons.
Dacos.
Dacos and also Darcy.
Sam Darcy, Duke's boy. He's got a tremendous mullet, which, to be fair to say, Duke's been rocking a bit of a mullet on the Olympics, Nath, if you've noticed that.
I have.
Cunningham.
How good have the Olympics been?
Outstanding, Duck.
Channel 7 have done a great job.
They have indeed.
Loved the 100-metre medley today. What a performance.
Yeah. I love the 100-metre semis in the women's event last night, and then the final was outstanding. A light show. They built it all up. Heaney, little short ball. It's touched, goes to Parker. Buddy a long way from home. Centre wing. Nice little step, the big man. He's still got a piercing ball, but it's to big Drapesy, who marks the centre half back.
Or as Duck likes to call him, Mattingly. The big sideburns, Duck, aren't they?
Well, they're gone.
He's just shaved the sides and left everything else. That's a wobbly kick into the middle of the ground. Perkins, really good purchase on it, marked. He's got a runner. Redmond probably should have given it to him. Had to give it to him.
Had to give it.
Now it slows the game down. And he's going to go wide. Needs to make it count now. That's poor from Perkins. And the ball goes wide and out of bounds.
Well, that's the perfect handball, that one.
Well, it's the overlap. If you get that handball, all of a sudden Sydney Swans defence out by 5 metres. They're playing assertive. You get an easy one over the top.
Don't worry, 3 people told him.
Umpire rolls it back into play. Stringer and Langford the opening 2, and then Papley replied for the Swans. It's currently a 1-goal margin, 2-1 to 1-1. Free kick to the Bombers. It's in the hands of Snelling. Tipping Woody's deep. Haven't caught his name yet. Love to see him get involved. The exciting McDonald, Tippin Woody. Snelling just slides the ball towards the pocket. Kennedy comes back in front of Florent.
High contact, Sydney.
And it's a free kick to Kennedy. He's just bursting out of his jumper. He's got big arms, lats. He's a big everything, to be honest. He's a very well put together man. What's these ones up here near?
The traps.
Right, he's got big ones of those too.
I'll take your word for it, Howard.
He does. Impressive man, Duck.
Heaney. Rampy, a centre-half back, and he transfers play to the other side. Cunningham has some space. What can he do with the footy? Goes to the short ball, and the lead-up comes. They want to get into the middle to Blakey. So they're still at half-back, the Swans. There's a slow build-up. Blakey, he's going to go all the way back to centre-half-back and kick it straight back to Tippin Woody. Opens up for the Bombers. They've got runners everywhere. They get it out to Clark. Clark overran it. The handball did him no favours. Big tackle by Rampy, and he's going to get a free kick for too high.
Well, he was just casual there, Tippin Woody, didn't he? Handball at the feet.
Clark gives it off to Dylan Shield. Shield on the left foot. Looks for Langford. Can he mark it? Ground level. Swans everywhere. And they should be able to clear to Reed.
And that's Dylan Shield's second inside 50 kick where he just misses by a foot. And that's the difference between the quality of him and Merritt.
Yeah, you're right. You can see on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay, just missed him, Ross, but it makes a big difference. Harvey Norman, your leaders in technology, with a huge range of laptops to suit any budget. Shop online with contactless click and collect available. Heaney attempts to take the mark. I think he's got at least one big hanger in him today, Isaac Heaney. The ball will be tossed in, centre wing, right in front of Robbo. Number 1 boundary rider in the history of football, just past Dipper a couple of weeks ago. How many games you done down there, Robbo, Bob Jones?
23 years, Howie.
23 years.
And I had the temerity to ask him, do you feel the cold?
No.
Pre-show. And he said, mate, I've been to the Antarctic. I don't feel the cold.
No, tough man, Robbo. For a man as pretty, you wouldn't realise how tough he is. And coming back with the flight is McCartan. Cross to McInerney. They look quite similar, McCartan and McInerney. He wanted to release by hand, but he couldn't. The mark was being stood by Sam Durham.
Now, doing this from memory, but did Essendon play Sydney early in the year, Troop?
Yep,
they were one of the first teams that closed off the corridor like they're doing there, and forced Sydney around and actually took their scoring profile off them. So
that's what you get.
The result of that game went.
Triple M C-Bus Super Special Combines, delivering consistent long-term remembers for members. C-Bus for all of us. Ross Lyon just picking apart what the Bombers are slowing Sydney down here.
And Sydney won by 3 points in that game in a tight one.
So they're at half-back. Transfer play. Blakey. He's going to have Clark for company, but Blakey got the foot up. Took a good mark in the end. Wants to get the ball moving quickly and does to Rampy. Rampy's got Franklin on. Leads up to the logo. Marks it on his chest. And he's been paid a 50-metre penalty against Laverde, which seemed tough from the naked eye. But that, we'll have a look at the Bob Jane team art.
Well, he was there to spoil it. And it actually, he did end up spoiled. Buddy took the mark, but, oh, no, that's not 50.
No, that's a protected species.
Harvey Norman, and you don't get any better than Harvey Norman, showed us perfectly there that was
it did.
50.
Harvey Norman, your leaders in technology with a huge range of laptops to suit any budget. Shop online. Contactless click and collect available. It's been done. So Franklin, 40 metres out, 45-degree angle, beautiful kick of the footy. Franklin's got his first. And the Swans draw level, 2-1-13 apiece. Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, it's a high price you pay, don't you? It certainly wasn't undisciplined. You're right, Wayne. He was in the contest. He was attempting to spoil him, but he just took a chest mark and rolled to the ground. So, but look, it's been quite even here. I think both teams are probing, trying to understand what they've got to do to get on top here.
And they were prepared to switch the ball, Sydney, to someone under pressure. Really good mark from Blakey. and then able to give the handball to Rampy to just get that ball moving quickly.
And even the kick to Buddy was off the line on the 45 into the corridor.
Triple M Red Z, Callum Mills in his last 4 games averaging 32 touches and 7 clearances, leading ball winner on the ground with 9.
Bob Jane, Mickey R.
Yeah, Sydney haven't played at home since the 11th of June. So they've been on the road for like 5 or 6 weeks, just finding their feet at the MCG today.
And Rob, I think they've got their loved ones up in quarantine, and that might be in southern Queensland, which is really, really a difficult situation. Is that right, Stu? I think it is.
I think we're in the money, Howie.
Yeah, Merritt.
They're only in a 3-day lockdown there.
Francis. At the moment, Duck.
Well, I'm a glass half full, man.
Yeah, I like that. Put my second jab during the week, Ducky.
Nice.
So
I like it, Howie.
I'm ready
Part
to roll.
of the solution, not the problem.
That's exactly right.
We're looking for 70%.
Well, I've taken my percent.
Outstanding. You should put on your social media, Howie.
I get the feeling Brownie's an anti-vaxxer.
Brownie, we need you to jump on board.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer, Duck. Happy to get injections as you look like you've had a few over the last few days.
Hang on.
You sparked here. You sparked.
You guys told me to.
You seem to be very smooth
You guys told
in
me
areas you weren't smooth before, Duck.
I don't think they were handing out the place I got vaccines, the ones you got
You guys told me to.
done.
Yeah.
So,
By the way, Howie, too late for you.
I like it.
Too late for you,
I
Howie.
like it.
Langford
Well,
is in half
really
ball.
too late.
Dylan Shield got the run of Cox. He's got some space on centre wing. Cox with 1 bounce. Cox with 2 bounces. Can he draw a player? He can't. He has to go long towards Tipperwoody and Stringer. Tipperwoody goes down. They all go down. Stringer stood up. Got the ball. He's got a player in the pocket. Can he get it there? He does. Devon Smith will mark it. 5 metres out. Acute angle, but you think he'd be good enough from there.
Well, he's a renowned sharpshooter, really. Isn't
Runs
he?
around. Left foot. Snap. And Devon Smith gets the goal. Well done to Stringer. And the Bombers take back the lead, 3-1-19. Sydney 2-1-13, Beacon Trade scoreboard.
But again, the class of Stringer, wasn't it? Like, just to finesse it over the top of the outside of his boot to rather than blaze away from the pocket.
Talk about McDonald, Tipperwoody and how important he is for this footy club, Howie. And I know you love him. We all love him. First 11 games, he was held goalless once. In the last 7 games, he's been held goalless 4 times. I've got Brownie staring at me.
Looking at your smooth complexion.
Looking at your forehead.
How good is it?
Yeah, it's
You look good.
I tell you, we might have stumbled on the solution. For the over 40s, you get your vax and they give you a nice little shot of Botox and send you on your way.
No,
And Bosch.
We all look fantastic.
Bosch have this amazing moisturiser.
It's a one-stop shop, Bosch.
It's moisturiser, is it?
It is.
Jeez, it must be good
That's
gear,
a
Duck.
new word.
How did Mickey Martin used to use his moisturiser?
Robbo, have you used this moisturiser because you don't have a wrinkle?
Yeah, don't need it. I don't need it. I tell you what, I'm still laughing at the double jabs, and I've had double jabs,
Good on you,
so
Robbo.
I'm there. But Duck, seriously, the injections, where do we go?
Hewitt out to the side. The Bombers. Oh, I like this man too, Hine. He's really brought some speed to the Bombers lineup. Over the top to Langford, as Brownie said, having a career best year. Rampy looks to the boundary line. Parrish keeps it in. Hooks it round the body. Parrish, Tipperwoody! Couldn't quite get the chest ball. Comes back out towards Langford. McInerney tries to apply the spoil. Ball 20 out from the Bombers' goals. Tipperwoody snaps it round the corner. Francis caught behind, does well to make a contest. Falls to Smith. Now comes out the back again. The Bombers through Shield. Chance for a goal. Hit the post.
Well,
Bombers 3-2. The Swans 2-1. Here's Ross Long.
Labour intensive that by Essendon, but they kept persisting to create the opportunity. They've just got to tidy up their skills a little bit here by foot, and particularly hand. They've handballed a few, put their players under pressure, handling to the game. But again, Shields, that was an easy left foot snap that he didn't nail.
Lloyd to the outer side, looking for Reid, and just elevates himself beautifully and takes a mark into the MCG sun. Low ball. Tipperwoody affects it and then tries to get it out of bounds, and a high tackle. So free kick.
You look at a guy like Reid, Ross, and you just, if he stands up, he's the cream on the cake.
Well, Brownie called it like he elevated, like he's legitimate size. I couldn't tell you exactly, but he's up around the 200.
Turnover again. Devon Smith has got the footy, 55 out, looks up, Perkins leads. He's got Shield in the goal square. Taking an awful long time, Devon.
That was a pretend look up too, by the way.
He's going to load up and try and kick it himself. Here he goes, runs around the man on the mark, and Devon Smith goes all the way for a point, and everybody stands there with their arms up going, Devon, what are you doing?
They just go to the zone when Devon has a shit out there.
8 points, 21-13, Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Lloyd played on an enormous amount of times, Chewy, and a couple of weeks ago I think he didn't play on for the first time. It's quite extraordinary, kicking out from full back towards the pocket. Oh, that's a good grab by Dawson. Impressive football, a rangy style operator. Another one of these exciting players that wear the red and white. It's an aggressive ball and it's good to Kennedy. Reed's floated forward now, and there's another fitty. What happened?
Oh, Razor's got involved.
Archie Perkins moved on the mark.
Oh, Archie.
Come on, Arch.
Kennedy will go 70 from home. Reed's deep, doesn't quite go that far. In fact, he really favours the Bombers. In the end, he kicked it straight to the skipper, Dyson Heppel.
Well, they're 70% timing forward 50, Essendon, so really got control of the game. Sydney just doing what they do, hanging in there till it turns.
Dyson Heppel kicks along towards centre wing. One of those players that Howie had to apologise to. Short ball into the middle for the Swans, and it's not true. Mills. Did you put a call in?
Text. Mm-hmm. It wasn't an apology, it was just how you going.
So Dawson on the logo, centre wing. Low darting left ball, good one too.
I don't really want to rehash it, but I am curious. What'd you say, Hal?
Well, you asked him if he had hemorrhoids.
No, it was a misunderstanding about an injury. There's a misunderstanding about an injury situation, Ross. There's a couple of cross wires.
Hickey, inside forward 50. The Bombers, free kick picked out. Who's it going to go to? And it's going to go to the Bombers, Stewart.
Even Nat Fyfe has bad days, Ross.
It didn't land well, Ross. That's all you need to know.
I'm still sitting in a bit of shock there.
No, it's all right, Rossi. It's been blown up more.
We all make mistakes.
Yep. Some of us can admit to them as well. The Bombers bring the ball in from the half-back flank. Stewart nearly. Francis took the one-hander. Didn't quite work out. Mills. Low ball forward. Off the boot of Hayward. Now the Essendon defender under pressure. Holding the ball Ray's gone with. Redmond can't believe it.
Well, he went to fend, and I'm not sure he distributed the ball in the correct manner, Howie. Looking at the Harvey Norman now. So puts the arm up. Good call by the umpire.
Certainly prior opportunity.
Yep.
It was a great tackle by Wixie. That's Sam Wicks out of Manly Warringah. Had a good year.
50% man, 6-6 from set shots.
Yep, 13 goals, 16 for the year. Duck knows everything about this type of gear. Wicks from directly in front. Does he add to the 50%? He doesn't quite get the distance. Lands in a dangerous position, tight on the boundary line. Heppel will run it out at full back. Looks like he's over that armament now, Nath, which is fantastic news. Now the ball on the outer side. Swan's got one eye and they'll get a free kick.
Is there any wind down there, Robbo, today that we're unaware of up here?
It's absolutely perfect. It's cold. It's a westerly, west-southwest, and just perfect to play footy in the sunshine.
McInerney, top of the square. Big scrimmage of players. Bull Durham was good. He got the ball out to Hind. Left foot into the pocket. And that's quarter time. Here, and the Bombers probably had the better of that quarter. As you see by the scoreboard, 3-3-21. Probably should be further in front. The Swans are 2-1-13. For McDonald's Marine Hot Water, Triple M. Rocks footy from the G.
That quarter for Beacon Trade. There to support Sparkies with 7:30am opening hours, trade prices and free delivery from over 100 Beacon lighting stores.
For Macca's 50th birthday,
Triple M rocks footy.
The Mac family has arrived at Macca's. Get a free limited edition glass with every medium or large Mac family meal.
Every Victorian AFL team has said no to sports gambling sponsorship. Together, we can make sure kids get to love the game, not the odds. Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Hi, it's Marty Sheargold from Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show, and right now, Triple M rocks football, and I'm back Monday morning from 6.
Nick Revolt, we're the retro round.
It's a themed round.
Yeah, it's a themed round. You know, speaking to a lot of the guys that played throughout the 90s, and everyone likes to, I guess, glorify their own era, but I do genuinely think that this was when footy was at its absolute best. I mean, we still...
was North.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6. Or hear it anytime on the new Listener app.
To celebrate 50 years of Macca's, we're introducing the Mac family. And with every medium or large Mac Junior, Big Mac or Grand Big Mac meal, you'll get one of 6 free Macca's glasses, but only for a limited time. Available after 10:30am while stocks last.
chances are you've already heard a sports gambling ad today. Maybe there's even one coming up. It's enough to make you think everyone's doing it. And that's what you're expected to think. It's just not true. That's why every AFL team in Victoria and over 400 local clubs have joined us in saying no to sports gambling sponsorship. So what are you waiting for? Join the club. ilovethegame.vic.gov.au.
When you're building a roof, you're best to go with Stramit. When you're Stramit roof sheets, you're best to use Buildex screws. They're a winning combination. Stramit roofing products are built strong for all Aussie conditions. But a roof is only as good as the screws that keep everything together. That's why only Buildex screws will do. They're the best roofs in Australia. So order Buildex and start fastening your Stramit roofing products today.
Go faster with iPrimus Premium NBN and save $15 a month. That's 95 megabits per second typical evening speed for just $75 a month with no lock-in contract. Call 13 17 89 to switch before August 31. Min cost $145. Discount for first 6 months. New and upgrading customers only.
Nothing Else Matters. A symphonic tribute to Metallica. Featuring a 24-piece symphony orchestra with Damage Inc. Performing Metallica classics. September 24th at the Palais Theatre. Tickets from only $49.90. Book your Metallica symphonic tribute tickets now from the Palais Theatre or Ticketmaster.
Pepper Money Personal Loan Options. In real life, sometimes you just need to sort things out right now. Like consolidating those debts or getting that home office reno, now you're spending more time there. At Pepper Money, we offer fast, easy to apply loan options. So, if you're looking for personal loan options, talk to your broker or talk to us. Pepper Money, real life loan options. Australian credit licence 425142.
Every Victorian AFL team has said no to sports gambling sponsorship. Together, we can make sure kids get to love the game, not the odds. Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor. Proudly local, proudly independent.
Nice crisp game of footy takes place at the MCG. The Bombers 3-3-21. Swans 2-1-13. It is a 8-point lead to the Bombers. Earlier on today, Stu, for Choice Hotels, it was a massacre.
Certainly was, Howie. Demons defeated the Suns by 98 points, 18-20, 128 to the Suns, 4-6-30.
And around the grounds?
Around the grounds, early into the third quarter, Hawthorn by 24 over Brisbane.
Bob Jane T-Mart. Get world-class deals on world-class brands. Buy 3, get 1 free and instant cashback. BobJane.com.au, Mickey R.
Yeah, the Bombers have only beaten one side in the top 8 this year. So they've got a massive chance, Howie, to knock over Sydney. Are in good form, and they're in good form on the road. So massive for the Bombers. As we teased earlier, St Kilda didn't turn up. The Eagles were abysmal. Now the Bombers are on show. They're a chance. They've had a good first term. They're in front. Let's see how they go.
Nicely done, Robbo. And then you got Rossi and Duck in the back row, dominating as always on a Sunday.
Well, Duck, it's been...
When you get a pump up like that, I need something a little bit more vibrant,
We're
to be
both
honest.
on our phones. Just having... Well, Essendon well on top. They're on top, contested ball, clearances, really taking ground position. The Swans who are really flow the ball out of their back half and score heavily, just haven't been able to get the overlap and uncontested mark going that they really want. So credit to Essendon's defensive pressure and contest, but it's only 8 points in it. They've had an extra 7, 5 or 6 entries, whatever it is, but they just haven't been able to convert because they've been a bit sloppy with their skills. And I think Shields is at the head of the table for that. A snap 20 metres out, 2 inside 50s that he should have nailed, set up scoring opportunities. So it may come home to roost on the scoreboard in the end.
Concur with all of that, Ross. When you have a dominant period, you've got to put it on the scoreboard. Bombers weren't able to do that in that quarter.
Choice Hotels round the ground. Was that the Chad kicking one for the Hawks, Stu?
Yeah, another major, Howie, to the Hawks, yep. So they're out to a 30-point lead over Brisbane early into the third quarter.
How long to go there?
18 before three-quarter time, 18 minutes to go.
Okay.
They've come off their tuck at Brisbane, I reckon.
Not the game they need to be doing it in. Draper, grabbed out of the ruck by Hickey. Bud nearly took the mark. Hayward picks it up cleanly. Parker, he'll kick this goal, Luke Parker. Might have got a little bit too much hook on and went a bit too early. Heaney wrestled his man. And it's a free kick, and it's going to Reid. Heaney had taken the mark anyway, and Reid will kick the goal from the goal square.
And that's that 196 centimetres we were talking about. That gets really awkward close to goal. High ball coming in. I think it was Stewart being pinned for holding.
Sam Reid, the man from the Wangaratta Rovers, perfect start for the Swans. They kicked the opening goal of the second term in 34 seconds. Back to a 2-point gain. The Bombers 3-3, the Swans 3-1. Triple M, IJ Liquor scoreboard. IJ Liquor proudly local and proudly independent.
And Hickey drove that. Grabbed the ball out of the ruck and drove it forward. And that was important because that was an area they were down. I think it was 5-1 Essendon's way in the first quarter. Become more and more important with the 6v6 rule, the centre square bounce for scoring opportunities.
His numbers this year, Hickey, 2-man.
Yeah, Tom Hickey's firstly number 1 rated player at the Swans as a starting point, his 4th club, and he's averaging 17 disposals, 23 hitouts, but also throwing 5 clearances as well.
Now get your 2 vaccines, get a free shot of Botox as a recipient at my house that's got a hand in the air.
I like it. The Bombers by 2 points. Archie Plummer to install a ream. Steady, hot and strong. Hickey doing some nice work out of the middle on that occasion.
I can recommend someone for Eric Crucial.
Yes, Duck. Any recommendation to do with you and my wife, I'm not taking any attention to.
You don't trust your wife, Harry?
I've got no concerns with my wife, Duck.
Heppel out of the middle. Left foot inside forward 50. Got over the top of Francis. Went back in. Got it. Was tackled as soon as he did. And now he's got a problem, but the umpire will ball it up. Good tackle laid by Robbie Fox.
You know a guy, though, or a girl, you know someone in that area, do you, Duck?
Oh, no, I might.
Okay.
Ball up, Draper tried to flip it to Stringer. He barged his way through. McInerney stopped him. The ball got out to Rampy.
You guys dared me to fight.
High chipping ball to Lloyd, and Lloyd at half back marks it.
What's it cost, Duck?
No, Gary, I'm only mucking around. Mosh moisturiser. Me.
Okay, Duck. Okay, Duck. Down the line ball towards Reid. He's battling away. And the Bomberman Stewart back to Heppel. Centering ball is good to the powerfully built Laverde. He's got it on the half-back line.
Stand.
Jaden Laverde.
Move it on. Play on.
Wants to go to the outer side and does now. High ball in the air.
Play on.
Out the back towards Dawson. Picks it up. Goes back to Rampy. He's got a bit of space by hand to Lloyd.
They go all the way back to the defensive 50. Stepping through some traffic was Fox. Fox for the low ball to centre wing. Got it. Heaney wants to move quickly. Does. Puts it at Buddy's feet. Can he pick it up? He did. The pickup was exquisite. Now they've got players in the middle. Mills went with a real hero sort of handball over the top of his head and eventually got to his target, but he was under pressure. Now Parrish picks up the loose footy. Stringer in the middle of the ground. 2 metre Peter drops back. He's got some space. Stringer needs to move it now. He does. He looks for right. Right ducks back, but out the other side he's got another player. And the free kick will go to that man. And it will be Francis. It was interfered with by Rampy. He'll have a shot.
And Stringer's ability to move the ball on quick. There's a lot of people that talk about the stand mark that don't like it, but it's added to the flow of the game, the ability to get it to forwards one-on-one.
Time back on.
So Francis.
Go on there, Aaron. Thank you.
Generally plays down back 5-6, I reckon, from set shots this year.
Spot on, Duck, for Red Z.
Oh, career set shots, sorry.
Rocking a bit longer hairdo this year. Francis. Long red locks. 30 out. Acute angle. Comes in. That's not going to be a goal. That's a poor result. That's a couple of bad misses for the Bombers now. 3-4-22. The Swans are 3-1-19. 3-point margin. IJ Liquor scoreboard.
Harvey Norman replay screen. I just saw Tim O'Brien take a mark. Did he manage to kick that goal?
And he kicked a major as well, Howie. So Hawks out to a 35-point lead over Brisbane, 6 into the third quarter.
Okay, what does that do to the bottom of the ladder situation, Q-Man? You can give us an update on that in a moment. Heaney. Plays on.
I think there's more thought about what it does for Brisbane, Howie.
Yeah, it depends sort of who you keep an eye on. Hickey marks inside. Some interest in the draft pick situation.
Well, Hawthorn, they're 4 points ahead of the Kangaroos, Howie. They're sitting 17th.
If they win.
If they win.
Okay.
What about Brisbane?
What does it do to Brisbane?
Brisbane, they're sitting 5th, but level on points with the Swans. So if Sydney defeat Essendon, Swans will move to 5th.
I think Sammy Draper hasn't been able to go with Hickey so far today.
No, I was thinking that he's a big endurance man, Hickey. I thought Draper had a good tank, but he's getting exposed when he's taking him forward.
45. Hickey's given it a good shake. In fact, it's a hickey shake. Nicely done. 4-1-25, the Swans. The Bombers 3-4-22. 3-point lead to Sydney. Big goal.
Ethical dilemma, Howie. That's a big goal. But let's take you. You're head of football at Hawthorn.
Yep.
Or you're coaching. What are you deciding? Are you playing on your merits, or are you protecting? Trying to get that early
am I
pick?
asked to Clarkson, who wants to coach out wins, or am I Sam Mitchell, who's looking
Jeff
towards
Kennett,
next
what
year?
do you want?
Draft picks. What about you, Ross?
Always coach to win, Harry.
What if you're coaching the Hawks next year?
Me?
Yeah. But do you want the number 1 pick, or do you want the number 2 pick?
I'd be guided by. I certainly wouldn't tank. I might reposition the players.
I was talking about tanking. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Good goal though by Hickey.
Well, it's a bit like last week. The Swans, Fremantle sort of on top early, and they just they persist until they get their game going. If you drop off the pressure, they slice you.
Bounce in the middle. Hickey got the tap out, straight down to the running. Draper, though, socket off the ground inside forward 50. Can they take a mark? They can't. Draper went back, got it, and then gave it to Stringer. Little left foot ball back to Parrish to Merritt. They've retreated about 30 metres here to Ridley. Now he dumps it back inside forward 50. Francis drops what he should have taken. Swans come in with numbers. Hickey does some nice work in the aerials, but they kick it straight back to the Bombers, and Redmond will make it 2 kicks from home.
No, seriously though, Ross, if the Hawks pinch a win over Brisbane, it's a great result for that football
That's pretty
club.
good coaching, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good. Everything gets them all up and about. I think they kicked another one, the Hawks, have they, Chew?
They have. They're out to a 41-point lead over Brisbane early into the third.
Bramble, who's been good since he came into the side. Cox drives the ball deep forward. Big pack of players. Blakey gets a fist on it. And it's rushed through for one behind.
And I know Francis would be frustrated dropping that mark before, but he's doing a lot right. He's getting the good spots. He's taking a mark outside 50, getting to plenty of contests. Just, if I was the coach, I'd be sending a run and saying, mate, you're not far away. Just keep going.
McInerney goes for a run and handballs to the outside, and Jordan Dawson at half-back, spearing ball towards centre wing. It got over the back of a couple of players. Now the Bombers pick it up. Dyson Heppel into the middle. Ill-directed kick. He had 2 Bombers. He picked out the Sydney player, which was Kennedy. Kennedy called to play on. Player on in the middle. That's Goulden. Goulden right in the middle of the circle of the MCG. He wants to go wide. He sees McInerney at the top. Fisted away by him. Got to Blakey. Blakey wrapped up in the tackle. And we'll have a ball up. Point of the square.
Unfortunately for Kennedy, when Kennedy got that turnover, he had to go quick because the turnover created, you had Papley and a few others out the back.
They were out, they were disrupted.
They were.
Let's talk about, they're either an organised or disrupted defence, and off turnover, the disrupted, you've got to go.
Wayne Carey, Ross Lyon, Triple M, Steve Supers delivering consistent long-term return for members. Papley hits 50, unloads, misses to the far side. C-bus for all of us. It's a 3-point lead to the Swans, 4-2-26 to the Bombers, 3-5-23. But the 2 goals this term have both come for the Swans through Reid and Hickey.
So Ridley, players preferring the outer side to kick in today. Fisted back. Wicks got the ball back. And he handballs all the way back to Lloyd. Lloyd looking for Heaney. His own teammate came in and affected the spoil, which is disappointing for him. And now the Bombers on the run through Merritt in the middle of the ground. He's got players out everywhere. Can it sit for Stringer? 40 out. Got a player on. Handballs it out to Langford. And Langford kicks a goal for the Bombers. Brilliant transference of play from half-back to full forward. Langford has 2. And the Bombers get back in front, 4-5-29. Sydney 4-2-26. 3-point lead. IJ lick the scoreboard.
Well, that's that quick ball movement that we talk about. When you get that one and you get through to the defence, you get out the back like Stringer did on that occasion. And even though the handball wasn't great, just became a really easy goal for the Bombers.
And Stringer made it look easy, didn't he? That ground ball, he's running back. He's got 2 defenders closing. His ability to be clean, not panic, and then put his teammate into space. It's harder than it looked.
Triple M Harvey Norman replay was a good pick-up too in the square by Langford. Harvey Norman, your leaders in technology with a huge range of laptops to suit any budget. Shop online with contactless click and collect available.
It's probably signature Essendon, isn't it? Off a turnover at half-back, overlap, run quick and out the back.
Choice Hotels around the grounds, Chewy, down in Tassie.
Howie Hawks by 40 points over Brisbane, almost halfway into the third quarter.
Okay. Where was that game originally meant to be played, Stu? That was up in Brisbane, was it?
It was at Brisbane.
Okay. Tough for tipsters. If you got a tipping comp this weekend, were you allowed to change when the venues changed?
They're probably not sophisticated, are they?
No, probably not.
Sports bet would be interesting. Would they?
I don't know what Nate's doing in that department.
That's why I put it out there, Harry. I'm looking for a response from our man.
You won't get one. Clark. Out of side. High ball from Durham.
Chat to the customer service team for you, Ross.
Tip and Woody.
1-800 number.
He's held McDonald, Tip and Woody. Here he is, lining up now from 45. And he is a beautiful set shot for goal, this man, Chewy.
He certainly is 70% career-wise.
I said yesterday, Howie, that he would be the person that I would have kicking if you had to kick a goal for a premiership.
Yep. I was listening yesterday, Duck, on the way home from Ballarat. Very nice show you were putting together as well. You're the star of that Saturday show, Duck. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Thanks, Howie.
Tip and Woody from about 45 for his first goal of the afternoon in the bright green boots. He just leans back and pops it home. That's what he does, McDonald, Tip and Woody. The Bombers have got 2 on a trot, and they now move out to a 9-point margin on the Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard. IJ Liquor, proudly local, proudly independent.
I like to ask goal kickers, Brownie, you weren't there yesterday. I reckon McDonald, Tip and Woody, Hawkins and Gary Rowan right now are the 3 hitting the ball the sweetest.
Well, I did a top 5 not that long ago on the TV, Duck, on one of the little integrations we have on Sportsbet. It was on Channel 7. I had him number 1.
Yep.
I think I might have had Toby Green number 2 for a kick after the siren. Gary Rowan 3. Zach Toohey was in there.
Not Tom Hawkins.
Not Tom Hawkins. No, I didn't have him. I had Liam Ryan as well.
Josh Kennedy's when he's in form. Top sheets handy.
The Brownlow medalist, Gerard Healy, said on the Fox coverage yesterday that the best international rules player he had ever seen, Nathan Brown.
Should we talk about that a little bit more?
I didn't want to go with the
out of the middle goes Shield. Got a player on the outside. Inside forward 50. The kick comes. Here comes Tipper again. Can't mark it. Get a free kick, does he? No, it's going to go against the Bombers to Sydney. Dane Rampy.
Obviously forgot my 4 overs in both games.
So did you win those tours? Did the tours occur during that 6 weeks of dominance?
No, it was before that. I actually kicked 7 overs in one game.
I averaged 4, Brownie.
But I kicked 7 in one game.
Yeah, but I averaged 4.
And then 5 the next one. That's 12.
He didn't mention you, Duck, to be honest, Gerard Healy. He's a good judge. It was on the back of a replay of Nath running into an open goal to kick his 7th with dyed blonde hair and lifting the ball in the air and showing the crowd. And the Bulldogs...
Oh, that was when Brad Shaw was chasing me.
Yes, went on and lost the game.
Get anywhere near me.
Papley hooks it round the corner. It's a long ball. Dawson. Here comes the butt. He's 35 from home. Tries to shrug Redmond. Can't do that. Gives it back to Dawson. This bloke's a beautiful left foot field kick at goal. And he's across the face through for 1 behind. Sydney are 4-3. The Bombers are 5-5 up by 8 points. In the Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard.
I was playing in the centre as well.
He's still talking about himself. He's still talking about himself.
Long ball looking for Draper. Good mark by the big man.
Anything else about your international rules, Duck?
Preparation wasn't great for the second.
Who coached did that?
The great Lee Matthews.
Draper, high ball, Langford from the side, can't mark it. Went straight through his hands. He probably should have marked it. Blakey, sweeping handball. Mills has got a runner in. Florent looks up, inside forward 50, squeezes one over the top. Buddy, can he get out of it? No, he can't. He was tackled brilliantly. Bombers defensive. They've wrapped him up twice. Let's head down boundary side. Bob Jane teammates is rubbo.
Yeah, Mills in the middle, just got crunched. He's running around quite freely now. I'll tell you what, the wind's coming up in gusts too, so the ball's holding up Hunt Road end. And I can't believe how much self-promotion's going on upstairs. Seriously.
Well done, Hind. That was an amazing tackle. A bloke 100-plus kilos to make sure he stuck that.
He's incredibly strong, isn't he? Like, everyone talks about trades. He's the trade of the year, isn't he?
Yeah, I reckon he's in the argument, no doubt.
Redmond drops the ball off his toes. Merritt drives it down towards Perkins, gets out the back. Running back now is Dylan Clark. Robbo, as you said, you've worked here 23 years. Who's been the biggest self-promoter on the network that you've heard? Does anyone compete with Duck or not?
What we got?
And that's 20 years TV and 23 years radio, and I reckon no one gets near Duck. Oh, Dermot Dermott's a close second, seriously.
You're not bad yourself, Robbo, to be honest.
Oh, I don't need to self-promote.
Well, we didn't need to hear about the 20 years TV.
That's sort of what I meant, Ross.
Sydney got it out to McCartan and a high up and under ball to centre wing. A one-on-one out there, but there was no one-on-one. A good mark taken by Dawson. Swings onto that left foot. It's a jet of a kick too, and he gets it out to Papley. The bouncing ball. Can he trap it? He can't. Now the Bombers get back in numbers. There's that man Hine, recruit of the year. Low, short ball, and he gets it to Dylan Shield. Shield just slows the game up. Not a lot to go to, so surveys the scene. Not a lot of movement ahead of him. Players are probably puffed a little bit.
Juddy only had a short run on the M's, but he made an impact in the self-promotion department. He was unbelievable, Brownie. Snelling.
Yeah.
This is out to Cutler.
Oh, you're talking to a bloke who said he was the best player of the comp.
Nate's in the mix. And Reid marked in defence. No, Nate's definitely in the mix.
Dennis Pagan once said, you know what, son, if you're any good, people will tell you. You won't have to tell them.
Just didn't rub up on you, that one, Duck?
Oh, well, I get both.
Dawson to Lloyd. He comes through the near side. And now, short to Rampy.
And people ask me why do I say, do you enjoy working on Triple M? I said, just listen, I love it.
Florent, low ball. Papley was going too hard to control it. Hayward will get a free kick. No. It's going to go against Sydney.
Back around. Time back on.
So Dylan Shield will take the free kick. 8 minutes 40 to go before half time. The Bombers, they lead by 8 at the moment. Lateral ball, and he finds Dyson Heppel, half-back.
Key stats this quarter, 2 men.
Triple M Reds head, Duck. Definitely the Bombers in control with the territory. 9-5 inside 50s and leading the clearances as well.
Langford marks on his chest, right in front of Robbo. Centre wing. It was the Bombers by 8 at quarter time. It's now a 8-point margin still. Langford. Tip and Woody is in position, but Francis with the long hair takes a good contested job. Now he drives into the pocket towards Stringer, might have too much on it. It's out on the full.
Brad, my mate Charlie's just texted me gone, who's this Nathan Brown?
How many did you kick on him, mate?
There's 7 in 2 quarters and 10 minutes.
No way it wouldn't all have been on Charlie.
Every one of them was on Charlie. 10 minutes into the third quarter, they moved him. They had to put Riccardi on me.
There's a tight defender.
Who won the game?
Not us.
Buddy goes short inside 50 to Reid. He marks about 50. He'll have to kick from about 49. How's he normally in front of the big stick, Sam Reid, Chewy?
Yeah, Sam Reid, Triple M Reds at 59%, 5-2 this year.
Charlie's just wrote, oh yeah, that's the bloke that broke his leg.
That's him. McDonald's and Remote Water, Triple M Rocks football. Reid from 48. Hits it left. It needs to drift back in swinger style. It doesn't. They're missing a few chances in front of goal, the Swans. They are 4-4. The Bombers are 5-5 on the Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard. We've got 7 to go before the major break. Choice Hotels around the grounds, Chewy.
Hawks, Howie, out to a 53-point lead over Brisbane. 7.5 to go before three-quarter time.
And earlier on today, Chewy?
Earlier today it was Melbourne by 98 over the Suns.
And after this game, Chewy?
After this game, we head to Marvel Stadium for Port Adelaide taking on the Giants.
What are you doing tomorrow, Chewy?
Tomorrow I'll be back at work selling refrigeration, air conditioning accessories and tool bags.
Francis to half forward, right with the fly, couldn't mark it. Heaney at ground level. Just gracefully come in and then kick the banana into the middle of the MCG. You don't often see that, but it's worked out to Papley, who had a bounce. He didn't need to have a bounce. Looking for Franklin. Reid ducks back. Can't mark it. Franklin on his own. Can he get it to him? Reid did really well. Still an opportunity. Got it to Buddy now. And he's tackled again for the third time this quarter. And for the third time this quarter, Buddy's paid holding the ball against.
Dare I say it there, Reid? If that was Jack Rewalt, he would have hit that onto Buddy. He would have tapped it knowing that Buddy was clear. Just had to have an awareness about him. Didn't have to go for the mark.
He got out of jail a few times, the Bombers defenders.
Well, this time was previously was Hine. Now it's Merritt with a full body, strong chested tackle.
5:55 to go. 7-point lead to the Bombers. That's for the major break. Francis, who's got a bit of spring in his step. Can't bring the mark down. 2 metre Peter sits on the ground, which makes him 1 metre Peter. And Ray comes in to separate everybody. And the fine umpire is too, Ray Chamberlain. He's found one here. Always gives good instruction and direction, and a free kick is going the way of Peter Wright against the Hickey Shake.
There's big Righty going today, Ash.
Peter Wright, Triple M Reds had 5 disposals.
Long ball. He's looking for Draper. Draper from the back, can't mark it, fisted away. Blakey's handball went nowhere, went straight to Devon Smith, who swept one out towards Merritt, standing start. Players on for the Bombers in the pocket, and the mark taken down there by Dylan Clark. He judged it beautifully up against Goulden, and he marks it 20 out directly in front.
And it's really important that they get the reward on the scoreboard because they've dominated the game, really, but they've been inefficient inside 50. They're only going at 40% scoring efficiency compared to the Swans 60% basically. So they're less than 1. And the Swans are 2 out of every 3. So the Swans are just hanging in on efficiency inside 50.
First game this year for Clark. Came in as a target. This is the hard part of the game for him. Left foot 20 out. Nails the goal. Good start from him. And the Bombers now, Andy 13-point lead, 6-5-41. Sydney 4-4-28, Triple MIJ Liquor scoreboard.
Well, as you said, Ross, those key areas, the Bombers up, now putting it on the scoreboard. Just some low numbers for Sydney around the middle of the ground, two men. Kennedy and Parker quiet.
Yeah, spot on, Doug. Kennedy and Parker only 7 disposals each.
Choice hotels around the grounds, Stu?
Hawthorn by 53 over the Lions, deep in the third quarter. But Howie, Luke Brewster went off the ground. It looked as though he hyperextended his knee, so we'll follow up on that.
Looked like he was playing well. I saw him kick 1 goal, but part of the midfield issue, Duck, as you point out, is Essendon dominating centre square bounces 8-2 here. So that's a normal area of strength for Kennedy and Parker. So they need to get the work there.
Bob Jane, Mickey R.
Yeah, Langford for the Bombers down in the rooms, taking the physio and the doctor, Howie, and the medical kit. So I know he's got a shoulder strapped. We'll see what happens there.
Robbo all over it as always. Driving ball forward from the Swans. They need one here. Had forward opportunities. Papley, he was held without. He goes off the ground. This will be some goal, but it's not quite. Cutler, former Lion himself. Was he a Lion, Cutler?
Yeah, he was a Lion. Howie, good call.
Thank you. Hickey marks on the turnover in front of Draper. Hickey's doing a job on Draper. Goes back inboard to Mills. How are they stacking up statistically, the ruckman, Chew?
Break down the hit-outs here. Draper, he's had 8 hit-outs. Hickey to 7, but in terms of disposals around the ground, come back to shortly.
G-Man, break it down. Now Ridley, Merritt, outside of the boot is really clever to Peter Wright, although just marked just inside the boundary. He looked a little bit row one-ish, didn't it, Duck?
Yeah. Well, he seems a little bit quieter than his previous BOG. Chew, what's his numbers?
He's only had,
Peter.
Yeah, he's only had 6 touches.
String of the fly, couldn't mark it over the back. Ball gets out of bounds. I find Howie, when those balls are right on the line or a bit over, the umpire, the boundary umpire, pays it in favour of the man taking the mark rather than out of bounds.
Couldn't agree more, Nath. Couldn't agree more.
So boundary throw in centre wing. Draper works his way to the front, but Hickey got it out the back. Can Parker pick it up? Free kick picked out.
So you think there's a benefit of the doubt rule like in cricket?
I think it's an unwritten law. Yeah. So Draper got it around the back to my man Nick Hind. Hind to half forward. Perkins unsighted at the moment. Stringer, opportunity, left foot high ball. Dylan Shield 1-on-1. Can he mark it? He can't because there's Sydney players everywhere. Florent was one of them and he marked it.
Sydney, they've given up the last 3 goals. They trail by 8 at quarter time. They're currently down by 13. Remarkable round this one. This game was meant to take place last night in Queensland. See the VFL game, Duck? I think they got 9 minutes in and the siren sounded up there in southeast Queensland. They called it off.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? During a game.
Yep. 9 minutes into the game.
But then called it off.
Yep. Yeah. The siren sounded. That was it, Rossi.
Based on the lockdown occurring at that point in time.
Yeah, that's right.
Gee whiz.
Florent goes back by hand to Hewitt. Might have been Southport, might have been playing.
It was.
Sure, was it, Duck? Yep. You know that part of the world well, Duck. Gold Coast. You spent some time up there.
In hiding.
Yeah. I was going to say when you're on the run, but either will do. Now,
where the old elephants go to die up there.
That's right. Merritt, a bit of life left in the dark. And he goes inboard. Tim and Woody marks on his chest. It was a fine chest mark too. In space. It was still a good mark, Nath. And Tim and Woody who has kicked one, Ross, will line up for his second from 40.
Wow, I loved that score before. Then I was like, I went, oh, is he? And then, but he come in, he's just so confident in his routine, he's relaxed, straight lines, and just natural.
He's a beautiful finisher, this man, Anthony McDonald, Tipperwoody. Great footballer, great story, great family around him. He's a chunky little character, real muscular, squat type of man. From 40 directly in front, he just trots in Tipperwoody and maybe a bit casual, because in the end it's just punched through for a behind. There's a surprise. Hang on, let's have a listen. No,
out of bounds.
Out of bounds, thank you, Nate. So it's 41-28. We've got 1.5 on the clock till the major break on the Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard. IJ Liquor, proudly local, proudly independent. Don't go anywhere. Nate Brown's bringing you all the news in the half-time break.
So boundary throw in, Bombers. In attack, Dylan Shield. Feeds it out. Hewitt.
Who's your mate, Duck?
Got to Mills. Mills a high ball. Cleared the defensive 50.
Who's your mate that we're getting on to bring us the news? What's his name?
Heinzie. Hayward tackled. The umpire will ball it up. So 26 and a half gone. We've got a minute 11 go before half-time. Ash around the grounds.
Hawthorn leading the Lions by 47 points. 3 to go before three-quarter time.
Draper goes off the ground. Snelling. High ball inside 50 off the boot of Darcy Parish. Stringer kicked an early goal. He's up and about his Jakey. Comes back the other way. Here's a chance for the Bombers. Long ball all the way towards the teeth of goal by Sam Durham, lining up his first AFL goal, but didn't quite have the distance.
Gee, he didn't have much penetration. He's kicked there, Wayne. Did he on the run from 40 metres out? Fell through. Unless it's really gusty.
They've let it get out the back here to Florent. One bounce. 2 bounces to Florent. Does he take a third? No. Elects to kick, looking for Franklin. The kick's good too. And Franklin marks at 45 out, 45-degree angle, and on the favoured side.
And that was a really good example, Brownie, of not taking too many bounces, because Buddy had made the space. He takes another bounce, and then Buddy gets manned up. So really, really clever by Florent. Kept his eyes up, always watching where the forward was.
Well, David Parkin used to have the rule, don't bounce the ball, because it puts the forwards out of position to emphasise your point, Wayne.
Craig Bradley didn't get that memo.
No, for throwing the game.
So Lance Franklin, they badly need a goal. They kicked the first 2 of this quarter, and then the Bombers responded. And they currently lead by 13 points, the Bombers. Franklin from 50. This would be big, right on the half-time siren. Left foot from Franklin. He's hooked it too far. It hasn't got its customary hook back. And it's going to be a behind, scored by the Sydney Swans, 4-5-29. They trail the Bombers by 2 goals at half-time. The Bombers are 6-5-41 for McDonald's Marine Hot Water. Triple M, Rocks Footy.
That quarter for IGA Liquor. Proudly local, proudly independent.
Marine Hot Water.
Triple M Rocks Footy.
Built tough for Aussie conditions. When it comes to water heating, ask your plumber to install a Reed.
Robot Building Supplies, now delivering contact-free. Visit robotbuildingsupplies.com.au.
It's better than good.
Triple M Rocks Footy
On Melbourne's 105.1.
Hi, it's Marty Sheargold from Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show, and right now, Triple M rocks football, and I'm back Monday morning from 6.
Daisy Thomas with us.
I actually Googled Jack and Nick's careers, and they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Has there been 2 better cousins play AFL?
Ben was pretty good.
Yeah, but
Zing.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6.
Or hear it anytime on the new Listener app. To celebrate 50 years of Macca's, we're introducing the Mac family. And with every medium or large Mac Junior, Big Mac or Grand Big Mac meal, you'll get one of 6 free Macca's glasses, but only for a limited time. Available after 10:30am while stocks last.
Check 1, 2. QR code check. Check in. Before you start shopping at Woolworths, in Victoria, it's mandatory to check in with the Victorian Government QR code to make contact tracing easier.
Pubs and hotels want everyone back into venues and back to normal. But we all need to help keep ourselves, our friends, family and staff COVID safe, which means checking with QR codes at every venue. It's so easy. Just scan in, get the tick, and you're good to
catch up with friends.
Enjoy a night out with the family. Support your favourite local.
Support your local and their staff. always check in, because no tick means no entry.
Amazing deals on Acer laptops now on at Harvey Norman. Need a laptop for home use? Get the Acer Aspire 3 for a hot price of $388. Are you looking for performance? Get the Acer Nitro 5 with NVIDIA GTX gaming graphics, now $998, save $400. Get the power you need with RTX graphics and i5 processor with the Acer Nitro 5 at $1,298, save $500. Check your local store or online for more great deals now at Harvey Norman.
Are you a qualified electrician or gas fitter looking for an opportunity to get your career cooking? Right now, the Oven Repairman is looking to add to its growing team of qualified technicians. Step out of the cold and work indoors. Enjoy work-life balance with no weekend work, your own vehicle, great pay, full training and a team to support you. Time to step into a new career and a new lifestyle. Google the Oven Repairman.
Who can get you cooking again? The Oven Repairman can.
During COVID restrictions, things can change quickly. And that's why we've prepared a range of ways to help you know your options. Our financial support guide brings you up-to-date financial support information, including government grants. And your CommBank app features a coronavirus money plan, which gives you practical ways to plan and manage your finances. For support today and tomorrow, search CommBank COVID.
Robot Building Supplies, now delivering contact-free. Visit robotbuildingsupplies.com.au.
It's better than good.
Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Triple M rocks footy.
This halftime break for X-Lock Tools and Accessories by Bosch. Extra fast, extra safe and extra easy.
Half-time, the MCG, August 1, and the Bombers lead by 12 points over the Sydney Swans, 6-5-41, 4-5-29, and all single goal scorers so far, apart from Langford, who's got a double. For McDonald's, Marine Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy. This is a half-time break for Bosch Power Tools, X-Lock Tools and Accessories by Bosch, extra fast, extra safe, and extra easy. So I bring in the super coach, Ross Lyon, and it's been an interesting first half where I noted that you said in that first half the Bombers had closed down every time that Sydney wanted to go through the middle of the ground.
Yeah, they certainly had. I don't know how many uncontested marks, but I've written down 52-22 at one point, and Essendon were up 9 entries. So they're going a long way around. They've got through once or twice late, that opportunity to Buddy Franklin late, but typically Essendon have closed the corridor, and on a big ground like MCG, they're having a lot of possession without penetration. So it's 67-27 uncontested marks. So I love the contrasting styles, Browning. Essendon are a go forward, they'll kick it long to contest, they're winning clearances and really taking ground, but they are inefficient. Whereas the Swans are, we want to flow, we want to go, but geez, if you close it up, we're going to hang on the ball and avoid the contest until as late as we can. So in a sense, Essendon have taken Sydney's game off them. The other thing is, and Chu will get to the numbers, but it's contested ball. Essendon are dominating there. So when you see John Longmire's board, and most coaches, AFL coaches, talk about the hunt the ball, hunt the player. And if you're talking about hunt, I saw the other week Johnny Longmire had written on his board, dial up the hunt. That's going to be a key focus. So he'll have that written in big, bold letters, because you guys highlighted that Kennedy and Parker really aren't touching the ball. And the contested numbers tell you that they've been quiet, they're getting beaten in the hunt, and hence Essendon are well on top. But if you're Rutten, and I'm sitting here, I've got a nagging feeling with the scoreboard, geez, we've dominated the game and we're 12 points up. And Sydney is scoring really quite easily when they go forward. So that's my concern sitting here. I love what Essendon have done. Everyone thinks, they could go in the game, but they're going to have to keep the energy. They're going to have to keep the hunt and dominate the contested ball, because as soon as it opens up for Sydney and they start winning the ball, or they just drop their defensive pressure, they're scoring really quite easily, Sydney, or they're creating shots to score quite easily. And that, as I'm sitting here now, that's the area of concern for Rutten. So we don't have to invent anything new, but deep down you'd be thinking, gee, if they start to halve the contested ball and go forward like they have all year, they haven't defended that well. They haven't defended very well. They're basically a 17th defence. So that's keeping Sydney in the game. If they can get the game going like I banged on about the last minute, start winning the contested ball, I think they'll score enough to get across the line. So the challenge is, can Essendon keep their hunt, or will Sydney dial up the hunt and get control of the game?
It's two areas the Bombers at the moment, they haven't laid a tackle inside their forward 50. So they've had the ball in there a fair bit, but it's come out pretty easy. But that's one end of the ground. At the other end of the ground, they've laid 3 goal-saving tackles to bring down Lance Franklin. So what they're not doing at one end, they're really doing at the other end, and they can't continue to lay those goal-saving tackles all the
they're
time.
great tackles and we love them, but how many of them, like they're chase downs from behind, and they relied, to be honest, on a Sydney fumble on at least one of the occasions. And they're not going to keep fumbling Sydney. So, but just for our listeners, we talk about forward pressure and it's come out of Essendon's quickly, but when you're a go-forward quick team and you'll go in outnumbered but take the contest on, it's harder to lock it in because the ball can get swept away, whereas the teams that build it up, and Geelong build the ball up, draw the defenders up to them, then they go in, then it's easy to lay those forward 50 tackles like Sydney do because it's equal numbers. They've got good numbers and they've got good density of players, or a lot of players in there at times. So it'd be great if Essendon could just lock it in a little bit more, but I love how they're just going forward, and it's a simple game. It doesn't rely on elite skills, but unfortunately they've just fumbled a little bit more and handballed to the ground more than they should.
I'll ask you a question before we get to Ash. And Dylan Shield is a wonderful player. He's a wonderful accumulator. If he continues to use the ball the way he has for most of his career, can he keep a spot in this midfield?
Well, I don't mind blokes, not being perfect. So that was a bit of my coaching, man, and that's what Richmond did. Like, we're not going to... I'm not going to focus on that you'll miss a target because, you win the ball well and you run and you work hard and you're a team player and all those things. But at the end of the day, you've got to have enough class around you. If you have too many of those, it makes it hard. Whereas you see Dusty makes up for some of the lack of class in others. So it's that complementary team. But at the minute, I thought when he first came in, I really loved how he played. But the longer you watch him, he does, and I'm not beating him up, but he just doesn't execute to the elite, to Merritt, to those sort of guys, or Dusty. And there's no shame in that. Nat Fyfe doesn't execute like that, but, gee, who marks and competes like Nat Fyfe?
Do the other parts of Dylan Shield's game make up for his defence?
Well, hopefully, yeah, hopefully. I think they've tried him a half-back flank, but he probably hasn't got the distribution. I think he's okay, but he's not elite. He's not Bontempelli, he's not McRae. They get the ball, Shuey, they don't turn it over. He just turns it over. And the bottom line is when you turn it over, you've got to start chasing. So he's doing more. Mundy, he's not the best runner in the world, but gee whiz, he doesn't have to turn around and go the other way much because he doesn't turn it over a lot.
Ash, Triple M Red Z lending stats, loans for the self-employed.
Yeah, positives for the Bombers, leading the inside 50s 27-19. Centre clearances are 8-3 Essendon's way, and they're plus 20 in contested ball. And they've kicked 27 points from turnover, the Bombers. Sydney over the past month have only conceded 28 points per game from opposition turnovers. Just some leading ball winners. Merritt, he's the number 1 ranked player with 18 touches. Parrish, 16. Heppel, 12. Spoke about Dylan Shield. He's had 12, but he's going at 29% by foot from his 7 kicks. Langford with 9 touches and a couple of goals. And for the Swans, 18 to Mills, 14 to Lloyd. Just some low numbers for Sydney. Parker, 10. Kennedy, 7. And combined, they've only won 7 contested ball between them.
Amy, who covers Clangers, Amy does. Lucky you're with Amy. This was the first half. That is not going to make the distance either. Through for a rush behind in the end, and the Bombers are 2-1-13. Sydney 1 straight 6. Triple M Bacon Trade scoreboard.
The Bacon Trade scoreboard, that sounds tasty.
Yes, doesn't it? Yes, Howard.
Oh, bacon.
Amy Clangers, who covers Clangers, Amy does. Lucky you with Amy. I seem to feature in them a fair bit. But it's half-time here at the MCG, and the Bombers currently lead by 12 points, 6-5-41. The Sydney Swans are 4-5-29. X-Lock Tools and Accessories by Bosch. Extra fast, extra safe, extra easy. McDonald's Remote Water. We rock them.
That halftime break for X-Lock Tools and Accessories by Bosch. Extra fast, extra safe and extra easy.
For Ream Hot Water and Macca's 50th birthday,
Triple M rocks footy.
If you want to join a leading industry super fund and one of the biggest supporters of building and construction workers in Australia, join Cbus Super. Built for members with low fees and strong long-term investment performance, Cbus has been kicking goals for over 36 years. And with insurance cover tailored to building and construction workers, members can enjoy financial protection and security for themselves and their families. To consider if Cbus is right for you, visit cbussuper.com.au.
Malloy on Triple M.
Ross Noble joined us.
What I do is I watch the AFL players.
Right.
Somebody's going, get the lads out of here. As they migrate, I've got an expression that, you know, like red sky at night, shepherd's delight.
I do.
I use this: footy players on a plane, lockdown again.
Get more in the Malloy podcast by downloading the Listener app now. Mix back tomorrow Arvo from 4 on Triple M. For Choice Hotels, plan your next getaway at choicehotels.com for the lowest price guaranteed. Terms and conditions apply.
To celebrate 50 years of Macca's, we're introducing the Mac family. And with every medium or large Mac Junior, Big Mac or Grand Big Mac meal, you'll get one of 6 free Macca's glasses, but only for a limited time. Available after 10:30am while stocks last.
Look at this, Sarge. Stacks of gold insurance awards.
Hands off, Jags. That's evidence.
Evidence of what?
Evidence that Budget Direct's car and home insurance is the cream of the crop.
Switch to Money Magazine's Insurer of the Year, a record 5 years in a row. Budget Direct. Insurance solved. Insurance issued by Auto and General Insurance Company Limited. Read awards and PDS information at budgetdirect.com.au to decide if products suit you.
This year, Sexpo is different. It's about education
and exploration.
Now get the handcuffs and the whip.
And having loads of fun in a safe environment.
Find yourself at Melbourne Sexpo. Limited tickets. Book now at sexpo.com.au.
Amazing deals on Acer laptops now on at Harvey Norman. Need a laptop for home use? Get the Acer Aspire 3 for a hot price of $388. Are you looking for performance? Get the Acer Nitro 5 with NVIDIA GTX gaming graphics, now $998, save $400. Get the power you need with RTX graphics and i5 processor with the Acer Nitro 5 at $1,298, save $500. Check your local store or online for more great deals now at Harvey Norman.
The Lowdown. Around town.
Building with True Value Homes means unrivaled build quality from a multi-award-winning 5-star rated builder. Visit truevaluehomes.com.au. True Value Homes. Building your future together. CBDU 38708.
The Lowdown.
Are you a qualified electrician or gas fitter and looking for a better work-life balance with more support and great pay? Join the team at The Oven Repairman. Visit theovenrepairman.com.au to find out more.
The Lowdown. Around town.
When you're building a roof, you're best to go with Stramit. But a roof is only as good as its that keep everything together, and only Buildex screws will do. So enter the Fasten Up competition from Stramit and Buildex. You and your mates could win a charter fishing trip. Enter now on the Triple M win page.
Valley Sounds Festival, November 21. Featuring James Rain, Mark Seymour, Nick Barker and more. Valley Sounds. Wandon Park Estate, Yarra Valley. Tickets on sale now.
Now you can stream Triple M footy wherever you are. Download the Listener app and select Triple M.
Hi there, Emma Griffiths at the News Briefing. The Australian government continues to watch the COVID outbreak in Sydney very closely. It follows 239 new cases today, taking the tally since the start of the outbreak to over 2,700 infections. Acting Chief Medical Officer Professor Michael Kidd says another aged care home has become caught up in the outbreak.
There has been an outbreak at a Summerhill nursing home in Sydney where 9 residents have been diagnosed with COVID-19. Fortunately, many of the residents have been vaccinated. All the residents diagnosed with COVID-19 are being transferred to hospital.
Meantime, New South Wales Police have ramped up their compliance operations as they attempt to enforce the public health orders around Sydney. Police have deployed over 1,300 officers in and around the city. Get tested. That's the message from Queensland Health Authorities as parts of the state's first full day of lockdown comes to a close. 9 new cases were recorded today, taking the cluster tally to COVID-18. The state's Chief Health Officer, Dr. Jeanette Young, says residents on the Sunshine Coast need to get swabbed.
I suspect that's where this outbreak started and then has reached a critical level where it started to escalate, and we've picked up at the escalation point. I still think there will be cases there.
Meantime, to Victoria, where 4 new cases have been recorded, all linked to known infections, and 3 new overseas acquired cases in SA, all isolating in Medi hotels.
Switch to PowerShop and get $200 off your electricity bill. Sign up credit available to new Victorian customers only. Ends August 5th. T's and C's apply. Search PowerShop.
Getting down to a chilly 7 degrees tonight before mostly sunny skies tomorrow, a possible late shower and 16. And to stream every minute of footy live this weekend, wherever you are, download the Listener app and select Triple M Melbourne 105.1.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for Beacon Trade. There to support Sparkies with 7:30am opening hours, trade prices and free delivery from over 100 Beacon lighting stores.
Half time here at the MCG. The Bombers by 8 at quarter time. They just snuck it out a bit more. Bombers 6-5-41 leave the Swans 4-5-29 by 2 goals at half time. Langford has got a couple. Bob Jane, Mickey R. Injury concerns for Langford. Is he all okay?
Yeah, like he went down the rooms a couple of minutes before half time, was able to come back out, but as they walked to the half time, dressing rooms, he walked the boundary with the doctor and had long discussions. Now, I've just noticed in the warm up, he's actually led all the warm-ups and whatever, so they took the medical kit in there, whether it was an ankle or whatever, but he's been able to free up over half-time, so he's okay, Howie.
Good news, get world-class deals on world-class brands. Buy 3, get 1 free, instant cashback, bobjane.com.au. Now we are here for Beacon Trade, electricians, builders, Beacon Trades. They got your back, open early at 7:30am, which is good. Over 100 stores around Australia. They've got a dedicated trade team, special trade prices and free shipping on all orders. Beacon Trade, it's every tradies go-to for lights, fans, electrical accessories and expert advice. Pretty good game of foot, 2 goals in it, Doug.
Yeah, not a bad game of footy. I thought Ross summed it up really well as we went into the half-time break. It's been a half, really, that the Bombers have dominated in some key facets of the game, but just haven't put that massive gap on the Sydney team, and we know what the Sydney team are capable of doing. This team's capable of just hanging in there, but then scoring very quickly. So expect a rev up for them at half time.
And do they go and knock over Merritt or Parrish? Because they're both flying, and they're real barometers for them. But looking at centre square bounce, there's no Hewitt in there. It's Kennedy, and McInerney's gone in there for a change, which is unusual for them to complement Mills. So they've pushed out Parker out of the square and Hewitt.
Choice Hotels around the grounds. Need a break? Book direct and save with Choice Hotels. ChoiceHotels.com. The Hawks versus Brisbane, Chewy.
Hawthorn leading Brisbane by 41 points, 9 minutes into the final quarter.
Ooh. Parker starting on the bench. Nice see down there. So, the Mac family has arrived. That Mac has got a free limited edition glass with every medium or large McFamily meal. 12-point half-time lead to the Bombers. Just about set to get the third quarter underway. Beautiful bounce in the middle for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Draper got his hand to it, but only as far as Mills. That's a high ball. Didn't really go anywhere, so get underneath that and the 2 ruckmen do, and Draper swatted it. 15 metres straight back to the Sydney Swans. Kennedy, his left foot ball inside forward 50. Bouncing ball out the back. Reed was there. Heppel needs to be clean. Papley, opportunity, gave it off. Kennedy around the body. High ball. Does it get there? It doesn't. Through for one behind. 30 plays 41, fast start again. Sydney started the second quarter quite fast. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, it's a good response out of the middle. They need to turn it around in there, and you've got to do it slowly. So the first win of the second half's a good way to do it.
Ross Lyon, Wayne Carey, Triple M Cbus Supers, delivering consistent long-term return for members. Cbus for all of us. Superstars in the back row, those two. The two-man just squeezed in between them.
And Brownie, you remember this. Like, it's good to see McInerney is at 14th row in the middle. Terry Wallace, great coach, used to talk about get your hot players where the ball is.
Yep. Could be a turnover here. Stewart was manhandled. Spills out to Hayward on the turnover. Should kick the goal. Perfect start for the Bloods. Oh, Hayward's excited about that. I'm not sure Jimmy Stewart will be. Sydney get their fifth, 6:36. The Bombers 6-5-41. Back now to a 5-point margin. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Supporting Sparkies with 7:30am opening hours, trade prices and free delivery. for over 100 Beacon Lighting stores.
Up to 22 goals now for the season, Hayward. So,
well, he's part of that spread of goal kickers, but it just highlights Essendon, because they get scored against really relatively easily compared to the best in the comp. The opposition, like the Swans, are right in the game. They didn't have the ascendancy they should, but that's a shocking, really, I suppose, effort, isn't it? He just turned, thought he had control of the ball, and sure, it's been a good result for him down back, but good teams make you pay. The old cliche.
My word.
So, Heaney's got 28 goals for the season. Hayward, that's his 22nd. Papley with 31, and the big bud, he has kicked 40. That's good reading. Robbo, Bob Jane teammate.
Yeah, Sydney were out really early after half time. John Longmire had him going early. That's why they've kick-started his second half really well.
So the Bombers will go inside forward 50, but Lloyd stands up. Gets a stack of the footy, this man. Plays a lot of footy too. I can't remember him being injured that often, Ash.
Well, B&F winner up there too, Brown. He just 40 every week. He just racks them up.
So Kennedy looking for Hayward, kicked the last goal. One of those hot players we just spoke about. McInerney, the bouncing ball inside forward 50. Reid leads up, got out the back. Opportunity now for Cutler to clean it up. Heppel, this kick needs to be good, and it is, to Nick Hind in the back pocket.
What are Hind's numbers on the Reds, Stu?
Nick Hind, disposal number 10. 10 touches he's had.
Reds lending lines to the self-employed. He'd be pretty good on the metres game, typically, wouldn't he, Stu? Because he does run and carry a fair bit.
Yeah, he certainly does, and even though he's only had the 10 touches, but his metres gained is 220 as we speak.
Okay. Ball down the line. 2 metre Peter affects the spoil. Not sure why he always gets called that. It's hard not to say his name without putting 2 metre on the front of it. Now Durham. He goes short. Smith. Stringer drops one he'd normally take. Back towards Rampy. Hewitt. Fox. Lloyd. Steps, ducks, dives, and goes all the way back into his defensive zone.
So Heaney dashes towards half-back to receive this, and he marks it easily on his chest. He looks up, not a lot to go to, though.
And we haven't called his name a lot today either, have we, Heaney? He's got room to improve.
8 touches and scoreless, kicked 5 majors last week.
97% time forward this year. He looks and he finds Mills. What are his numbers, Ash? Having a big day again.
He is up to disposal number 20, leading ball winner on the ground.
We've got some nice ball users. When you think of Heaney, then Mills, and now this man Dawson runs away from Cox. Goulden runs out of room. They'll have a boundary throw in. Pretty much on centre wing, just the attacking side for Sydney. They kicked the opening goal of the third term. They trailed by 5 points. The Bombers are 41. The Swans are 36.
And McInerney matching up on Parrish there. Maybe he's just really put some strong body work into him at the stoppage.
Hewitt drops it forward towards the big Bud in a one-on-one, gets over the back. Bud, Papley will wait back off the pack. He'll want to get it from Bud. Another brilliant tackle on Buddy Franklin, this time by Laverde. Snelling runs out of room, runs back into play, hooks around the corner. Doesn't really get it as far as he wanted, only as far as McInerney. He's gone. Really good tackle by Big Coxie.
And when they teach you tackling, they say keep your feet moving. So a lot of poor tacklers grab him, but he just kept driving his feet in close to the Swans player there.
He tried to sell the candy, McInerney. No Essendon player was buying. So Devon Smith, he'll have a shot from here. He's at half-back. And he tries to, but he doesn't quite get there. Fisted away, right at ground level. Shield, sharp handball, Perkins, another one. Here's Durham. Low ball, Stringer. What can he do from here? Wright takes it out of his hands and said, I'm your man. Got it to Merritt. Merritt, right foot snap. Got it. They're claiming touched. They'll review it. It stands as a goal. The umpire will say it's a goal.
Score review. Umpire's call is touched, one behind. Could you please confirm that?
So the field umpire must have called touched. And as we see on the Triple M Harvey Norman replay screen, Mills appears to have got his hand to it. And so that should be a behind. AFL score review, Duck.
Yeah, just having a look at the Harvey Norman replay there, Brownie. I think you can see one finger that gets bent back.
Harvey Norman, your leaders in technology with huge range of laptops to suit any budget. Shop online with
review underway
and collect available.
The umpire's call. They're having their 99th look at it.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball has not been touched by the Sydney defender. Decision on the scoreboard.
Not being touched.
Gee, that's a gutsy call.
So they're going to override the umpire. I wouldn't have thought it was conclusive, Howie.
No, I'm with you, Duck. Inconclusive. I would have thought. It's a goal, though.
Oh.
Gee whiz. Morse can't believe it.
All Essendon players are setting up for a kick-out.
Well, how can that be conclusive?
Yeah.
Did we only see one angle of it?
It was inconclusive for me.
Yeah, that's right. Inconclusive, so therefore it's umpire's call.
Was that the only angle, Duck? I was actually looking at the grounds.
Sometimes they have extra angles in there.
Right,
but the one we see, it wasn't conclusive. Maybe they had a better angle.
Well, I thought we should see all angles.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
As the consumer.
I think because of the Olympics, Brownie, there's not as many...
I think we need to talk to Snorkel about it.
Well, not as many cameramen at the ground.
I don't think so, Howie.
Okay. Gee, there's no way that's conclusive.
I just made that up.
No, that's all right.
It's a big call, isn't it?
Choice Hotels round the grounds, Chewy.
Chewy's laughing.
It's Hawthorn by 37 points over Brisbane, halfway into the final quarter.
Are you calling that one, Chew?
The Hawks are home, Howie.
Okay, you'd be happy with that.
True.
Stringer from 50. Smith loves the goal, dishes it off. Snelling by hand, back to Big Coxie. Slides one inside 50, not his best effort. McInerney clean bowled though, didn't take the mark. Now McCartan. Stringer goes for a second time. The Bombers swarming around the footy. Langford had a good day. High ball towards Tip and Woody. A little bit too tall around him to get a handle on it. Oh, it's a gutsy handball from Kennedy to the ruckman. Eventually Hewitt. And now Cunningham. Good ball to hit Heaney 55 metres away at full stretch. And Isaac just hurt himself a little bit there. But he's okay, the star.
He's having to push up and get that release kick out of defence, and he's going to get 50 metres. That's not where they want him getting the ball.
No, they want him in the goal scoring space, Duck. You're right there. He's pushed high and wide, just looking for some switch kicks.
That was the 54, Duck.
I'm not sure, but surely it's not the...
Surely not the push.
No.
Is that the third 50?
So the play goes on. Lloyd into the pocket. Franklin comes out full-chested.
Oh.
He knocks over Heppel, and the ball goes out of bounds. Dyson Heppel went back with the flight and courage. Big pack of players. Well done to both players.
How many 50s for the Swans, Stu? Is it
three?
Three, yeah.
Triple M said 3, yep.
Okay.
Well, courageous by Heppel there, wasn't it? Closing Franklin's space. But dusted himself off, got up straight away.
Heart and soul man, Dyson Heppel. Liam Gathalad to the Bunyip boy. Papley wobbles it forward. Franklin's out of position to get a free kick here.
Free kick, Essendon.
No, it's going against the big bud. Ray's all over it. Going the way of Jaden Laverde, Duck.
He's had a funny old day, buddy. He's been caught three times with the footy.
Laverde's playing tight on him in there with plenty of body, and that's the way to play him. If you let him just run around, he's too good an athlete, but he's getting some body on him. And Buddy throws the arms around. It looks like he's taking him high on the replay there.
Comes down towards Smith. He taps it back towards Stewart. He'll be under pressure. Parrish. He'll be able to work his way out of this. He does cleverly to his captain Heppel by hand. His kick's a little bit errant on the outer side. Missed his man Dylan Clark. Opens the door for the Swans to go all the way back through Fox. And now Rampy.
So Rampy at half back. He's got Cunningham back in the defensive 50 if he goes there. Essendon blocked up the corridor. Rampy eases off his mark and goes to half forward looking for Heaney. Can't mark it out the back of Stewart. Did a good job. Mark it comfortably.
Bob Jane, Mickey R.
Yeah, Langford, they've had lengthy discussions with him. He started on the pine after half-time. They've whacked him to full forward, so they give him a second chance to number 4 for the Bombers.
Messy bit of play by the Bombers. They're going to be ping for holding the ball. Stewart and Heppel made a meal of it. And so Heaney, point of the square. He'll get up. And Buddy in the pocket. The Statue of Liberty lead. Now he wants to go, but he can't. Laverde's got him covered. He sees Parker. Really good kick by Heaney. That ball went so quick off the boot through the air to Parker. No time for the Bombers defenders.
And Essendon defence just fell down a little bit. Parker standing just outside the corridor on the fat side of the ground, and that beautiful off the line kick, great vision. But it's a bold spot the kick to can be swept away, but Kennedy's strong in the contest.
Numbers for Parker, Red Z Lending, Ash.
Only 11 touches, Brownie. 4 clearances.
Loans for the self-employed. He'll kick from 45. Parker, left to right, bends it back. Goal for Sydney. And it makes it interesting. 6-6-42, 5 points behind the Bombers, 7-5-47, Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, it does make it interesting, but really, if you break them down, you two terrible turnovers half back. They had the ball, they were in full control, and Stewart's been involved in two of them. It's dropped mark and missed handball, and then a little bit of sloppy defence. So they haven't dropped form, they're just poor execution in defence.
Yep, just having a look at Heaney, and I know Robbo,
his mates.
Robbo will be all over it, Brownie, but they're checking out his thumb when he landed before. Really looking.
Is that the one he broke?
I was going to say he had a hand problem, didn't he, earlier in the year?
Yeah, he heard it in that diving mark on the outer flank, didn't he, Doug?
Yep.
Robbo beyond that for Bob James. From McDonald's, then Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy. The Mac family's arrived at Macca's. Get a free limited edition glass with every medium or large Mac family meal.
And we spoke about the Swans dialing up the hunt. They've even the contested ball this quarter.
Just coming a bit, the Swans here. They've kicked 2-1 in the term. They've got all the movement going forward. They'll have another go here. Papley loves to snip around the goals. Durham working hard in defence. Stewart, Hine. He'll just burst his way out as he does. Uses his speed. What's the exit ball like? Cox went up to do something a bit fancy. He said he touched it, so it wasn't in the back, but I reckon it was. So Dawson. Little short ball to Papley, not 15. He gets inside. He'll have a shot here, Papley. He'll love to kick this. There was options galore. And in the end, it drops in the goal square. Wicks plays on. Unusually kicks the goal. Papley will say, I passed it to my man.
He was disappointed, Papley.
Yeah, 48-47, Swans have got the lead.
Well, that's technically another turnover. Hind turned out of the skinny side and went for the switch. He didn't have the penetration. I thought Cox was a realistic attempt. I thought he was a little bit unlucky. But again, the broken tackle, the fend off, the Swans good enough to make him pay. But we spoke about Essendon are relatively easy to score against compared to the Swans, and it's proving to be the truth here. It's coming to bear on them now.
Triple M Red Z. Kennedy only 7 disposals in the first half, has picked up 7 touches alone in this third term, and Swans on the live ladder, currently 5th.
And how many contested ball out of that 7 this quarter?
Out of the contested ball for Kennedy for Red Z, he's had a couple of contested possessions.
Goal number 14 for the year for Wicks. Triple M Harvey Norman replay. Horsongmeyer at the back of the bench. You got Hickey just handed the phone over. The leaders in technology, Harvey Norman, bounced in the middle. They're going to go forward again. The Swans, Parker, high one. Goulden went to the front of the pack for the front and centre. Parrish read it best. Got it out towards Redmond. He couldn't handle it. Papley almost got on the end of it. They clear the footy, the Bombers, in the back. And Sydney get another free kick, another opportunity to go forward. This is Blakey.
What are the free kicks, Stu?
3 kicks in this quarter, 2-2 for the game, Howie, for Red Z. 16-13 Essendon's way.
Blakey, 1-2 with Mills, bangs it forward. Good marking defence by the Bombers. He looks all right, doesn't he, this man, Sam Durham, Brownie, out of Seymour.
Looks a likely type, Howard. Looks a likely type indeed. High ball isn't good, though. And the Bombers have got some real issues at the moment with exiting the footy, and Sydney continue to pump it back in. Into the pocket. The lead comes. Parker got some space again. So takes the mark. 40 out. 10 metres in from the boundary. Tough shot, but favours it left to right, which he does.
Quite incredible that he found the space, given that all of the Bombers players are in the defensive part of the ground. And you mentioned it, Brownie. They've got a wall set up, the Swans.
Well, their last 4 exits, the half-backs, it's been Blakey, it's been Hewitt, just locking that ball in.
His go-to set shot is the right to left, left to right. Beautiful kick. Parker got 2. That's 4 goals to 1 in this term, and the Swans now have a handy lead, 54 plays 47. That's on the Beacon Trade scoreboard. Bob Jane Tamarts is Mickey Roberts.
Yeah, Ridley from the Bombers, he was off with the blood rule, had a little nick in the hairline, so he's back out there. But Isaac Heaney's the one. Don't forget that he did break his hand back in April round 4 against the Bombers, so the bogey side. So they've looked at that right hand again. Fell heavily, as Duck said, on the outer side there. So the Docs had a good look at it a couple of times. He's still out there. He's okay.
Thanks, Robbo. Choice Hotels around the grounds, Chewy.
The Hawks lead by 53 points deep into the third. Well, the Lions have kicked the last 6 majors. Hawthorn by only 19. with just over 5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, it's a bit tight there, Chewy. So Parker's kicked 2 of the last 3. The Swans have kicked 4 goals to 1 for the term. They trailed by 12 at half-time. They now lead by 7 points. Now it's the Bombers that need to respond. Dylan Shield, an old-fashioned blind turn in the middle of the ground. Wants to work back onto his left. It does. Puts out in front of Archie Perkins. Hasn't been a factor today, Archie, but he could fire now. Probably too far out. In fact, he is too far. He'd have to kick it from 60. So Perko plays on the right foot. Takes a bit off the kick. Peter Wright's got his name all over it. Should have taken the mark. It was uncontested almost in the end. He'll be disappointed with that big Pete. And be tossed up, 20 out for the Bombers goals.
Well, you're right. He just had an uncontested run at the ball there, Howe. He had two mitts to it and just couldn't.
Ball up, Stringer couldn't take it. Perkins got tackled. They'll ball it up again.
And that's the thing with their surge game, Essendon. They probably just need to take the pace off the game, take some uncontested mark, take the heat. Because Sydney have got their tails up and dialed up the hunt here.
Clark, Merritt, short ball, good mark. Going back to the flight was Langford. 45 out. Should be able to go back and kick his third.
I think we said earlier he hasn't missed, has he? 2 men?
100% converter from the set shots.
Yeah.
Spot on, Duck. 9 straight.
Well, how often do we say it? In this third term, Sydney have had all the ball in their forward half. Essendon go down and kick one against the Tide.
Well, Duck's been talking about players to kick for goal after the siren. This man has 9 straight this year from set shots. Kyle Langford for number 3. Beautiful looking kick. Put him in there, Duck. Put him in there. 3 for Langford. And it's a 1-point ball game. Sydney 54. The Bombers are 53. Beacon Trade scoreboard.
Well, we thought coming here we'd get a good game. Both teams the ability to sort of take the game on and attack and score. And that's what we're sort of getting, aren't we? It's going up and down and no one closing the game up here at all.
Choice Hotels round the ground, Stu up below.
Howie, goal to the Hawks. So they lead Brisbane by 25 points, 3.5 minutes remaining before full time.
And here at Sydney by a point, 54 to 53 on the Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. And of course, they support Sparky. 7:30am opening hours. Trade prices and free delivery from over 100 Beacon Lighting stores. I know when I've got to get down and buy some tradie type stuff, I'm out there early at 7:30 buying that type of stuff, Brownie. I'm quite handy around the home, Nate.
Oh, I'd imagine you are.
I'm very handy.
So when you hear a creak at night, you get Erica to get up, don't you?
Yeah, that's true. But no, I keep on top of things around home. I've got the pool cleaner to do the pool, the garden to do the lawn. We've got it all covered. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy. Lloyd falls on the footy. It's a clever hand pass to Parker, who's having a good term. Kennedy starting to lift. And now it hands the ball from Fox to Dawson. Jordan Dawson's got it on the half-back line for the Swans. We got the close one. 1-point game. Sunday afternoon football. Triple M, what would you rather be doing? Cunningham, stalwart for this footy club. Game 147, the man from Turvey Park. Nice part of the world, Turvey Park, Nate.
Wagga Wagga.
Yep, that's it. Goes down the line to Parker. Goes in.
Turvey Park are the Bulldogs colours.
Yep, that's right, Duck. The Turvey Park Bulldogs. Now Dawson to Franklin. Oh, that's a kick and a half. Needed to be perfect. One of those days for Bud. 1 grab, 2 grab, and Sport on the 3rd grab. Oh, clever hand pass from Smith, and now the Bombers will come back the other way through Big Coxie.
Cox needed to get his hands free and couldn't. Merritt went back in. McInerney laid on him. It's starting to get willing out there. Cunningham is how he described him. A stalwart with 140 games. High ball. Can they get this one out through Wicks? They do. Papley around the body. Bouncing ball by Papley. Got another one. Oh, Papples.
Geez, he needed to kick it. He had McInerney front and square. He turned his...
That's the genius of him, Ross. He doesn't need the handball.
Oh, Papples.
7-point lead to Sydney. 60 to 53.
Well, it's an intense game here, isn't it? But that kick of Dawson, the ability to put it in between the two Essendon defenders, he's just high class.
Choice Hotels around the ground. Raining goals down in Tassie, Chewy.
Brisbane have kicked 2 in a blink of an eye, I should say. So 13 points the margin to the Hawks. 2:49 remaining, Howie.
Bob Jane teammates, Mickey R.
Yeah, a bit happening down here. Merritt, a little hyperextension of the left knee. Doctor out to him. He's going to stay on. He's in the middle. And Isaac Heaney, I tell you what, secret squirrel stuff. Doctor's guarding him. They had to re-strap that right hand. He's been in a lot of pain. He's playing with pain, Heaney. And if you do a thumb or a busted hand, hard to play with, but he'll kick on.
That's it, Robert. So Brisbane have kicked, 2 in 30 seconds, have they, Chewy?
They have. 13 the margin in favour of the Hawks.
Clarko's going berserko in the box. Free kick. So it's going the way of the Bombers. Stringer plays on, pushes off the man on the mark cleverly to his advantage. It's a long, high, sweeping bomb! Jakey Stringer unloads from way downtown. Back to a 1-point margin the way of the Swans, 60-59. Triple M Beacon Trade scoreboard. Massive goal. Good call.
Yeah, huge goal. And he's had an ability this year to kick goals at important times. And that's a big goal. That's a big kick. That's
most explosive,
power,
isn't he?
Power.
Yeah, the ability to kick it from long range just sucks the heart out of the opposition, sucks the spirit out of them. But, gee, there's been, a lot of talk about him, but, geez, he's worth every cent of it, isn't he, at his best?
Yeah.
He's a game breaker, game winner.
Had a really good year, I reckon, Jake Stringer.
Around the grounds, Ash.
Still the Hawks by 13 points over Brisbane, just over 2 minutes remaining, but Hawthorn have it deep inside their D50.
And laid the tackle, Jake. He got up.
Yeah. Big quarter of footy, this one. 8 goals kicked, 5-3. Away of Sydney.
Played it cleverly, Ross, how he pushed off to his offensive end, didn't he?
And turned quick.
Yeah. Point the difference here. The Bombers go again. Shield to the outside. Clark left foot inside forward 50. Stringer can't mark it. Fisted away. And he's given away a free kick to Jake. Free kick to Sydney in the back pocket. It's going to go to Rampy.
And we spoke about the experience of Kennedy and Parker. What they've both been able to do this quarter after a quiet first half just looks volumes to the standards they set over a long period of time.
1 point game here. 6 to go before the three-quarter time break away the Swans. Choice Hotels, Chewy.
Hawks by 13 points over Brisbane. Just over a minute remaining.
Big win for the Hawks coming up, looks like. The master coach will be happy. As will Hawthorn supporters. Jeff, the whole team, they'll be pumped.
Oh, yeah, okay.
After what's been a big week for the Hawthorn Footy Club. Mired in controversy they've been, Rossi.
Still not out of it, Eddie. I wouldn't have thought you'd have.
I wouldn't have thought so.
You think they could have the dual presser?
Yes.
Mitchell could attend with him as part of the development.
I like that. As the ball comes towards the boundary line, you ever took any of your assistants to the presser and taught them just how to strafe the media, Ross? No. You ever teach them how to do that or not?
Yeah, well, my media training company probably didn't take off, Howard.
This is the way you handle them, boys. Give them nothing. That was Rossi's theory.
Always gave you plenty of content. You're still talking about it, Howie.
You're quite brilliant, Ross.
Autocratic type boss, I think,
Yes,
Ross.
he was.
So, the Sydney Swans through McInerney. Have a look at Blakey go. Runs through the middle of the MCG. Arches the lizard on the back and gets it to Papley. Can he pick it up, Papley? What's he got in store? Look at that. Oh, Papley.
Papples.
Brilliant from Sydney.
Papples.
Papley's got 3.
He's puffed up down there.
And he is a one-man show, I tell you what. And the Sydney Swans lead by 7.
I tell you, it was brilliant from Blakey. Gee, he showed some speed, didn't he? Just broke the line, and the fact that he took that extra couple of steps to get past Tip and Woody.
Well, he arched his back, didn't he?
The back, got past Tip and Woody. Once he got past Tip and Woody, he was able to put the ball.
He's had a big quarter, hasn't he? He's had a big quarter, but both teams have just opened up. They're throwing haymakers at each other, punch for punch here.
Great call too by Nathan Brown. If you go back in the history of this radio station, there's a lot of people thought Nath wouldn't make it as a caller, but he's proved them wrong. They sacked him. They sent him to the AM dial. He came back bigger and stronger by the bloke that sacked him, re-signed him, and he's proven to be worth every cent, Nath. That's what happened, wasn't it?
No, I left.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like
you
Clarko.
resigned.
Like Clarko.
Yeah,
Did you leave terminated or did you leave resigned?
I just left.
Yes.
Same as I did to the Dogs.
Not for more money, though.
That was a little bit.
Okay. You got a history of it. I always thought you'd make it, Nathan. That was a brilliant call. The old Papley's goal. Swans forward again. Papley will be in the mix again. He picks it up, Papley. Left foot ball. High. Down towards Franklin. Needs a bounce, buddy. Across the line. 10 metres around from the Swans goal. They lead it by 7 points. 5 to go before three-quarter time. Ripping game of footy. Choice Hotels around the grounds, Chewy.
It's full time, Howie. Hawks defeating the Lions by 12 points. 14-8-92. Brisbane 12-8-80.
The problems at the Brisbane Lions. Boundary throw in. Sydney in attack. Draper just spiked it down. Ball jarred free. Parker's had a big quarter. Bull flips out. Rampy, standing start. Here's Franklin. Fisted away from him. Coming in was Cox, had a cool head. Draper didn't have a cool head, just went over it. Now Sydney pick it up. And I'll tell you what, Papley's got 4. Papples is putting on a show.
Well, that's 3 goals from Essendon fumbles this quarter.
Yeah.
Drop mark fumbles. So the basics. But Merritt's gone, not missing, but he's quieting down. How many? He had 18 in the first half, Drew. What's he had this quarter?
Only 2 touches in this quarter, Ross.
72 plays 59. Beacon Trade scoreboard. Papley has 4.
And Triple M Red Z. So the Swans only 8 forward half intercepts in the first half. They've had 10 in this quarter alone, and 6 majors for the Swans have come from Essendon turnovers in this quarter.
How many? 6?
Yep, 6 majors.
Oh, how many in the back half, Chew?
In the back half for Triple M Red Z.
At least 3.
3 inside their forward 50.
Big Draper just went straight through his hands, having a Triple M Harvey Norman replay screen. And the ball got out the back through his legs, and that's a pretty bad feeling when you drop them.
So the Swans have kicked 3 of the last 4. Papley has kicked, 3 in how long, Chew? As the Bombers burst out of the middle. Stringer's a one-man show. He drives it long to Peter Wright, who marks on his chest. Papley's kicked those 3 in how long, Chewy?
7 minutes, Howie. In fact, 6.5 minutes.
Looks like Laverde might have copped one in the nuts. He's having a spell on the bench. And Peter Wright will line up from about 20.
Well, Stringer out of the middle again. He puts a gap between the other midfielders in no time. It's just a power, look, and smart off the line kick, and all he had to do was hold his dukes out right.
To narrow it again, Wright steers it home. She's back to a 7-point game, this one. Sunday afternoon classic coming your way on the M's. Sydney 11-6-72, the Bombers 10-5-65. 7 points to the good, the Swans. Triple M Beacon Trade score. Well, this is why we come to the football, Ducky boy.
Yeah, I told you we had the good game, Howie.
Yes, you did.
And how many is Stringer the leading centre clearances on the field, is he?
Just behind Parrish, but he's had 4 centre clearances.
How many they kicked out of the middle, Chew? I'm tipping a couple for the Bombers.
Yeah. Triple M Red Z, spot on, 2-2.
Robbo, Bob Jones, team up.
Yeah, I'm looking at Laverde now. Doctor pushing his right shoulder, heavily strapped. Duck, you know about this. Couldn't lift it above his head. He's starting to get some rotation back now. Starting to lift it up. He should be okay, but a lot of pain, right shoulder.
You know about it, do you, Duck?
I've had a few shoulder retros.
Okay. So, big quarter of footy. 4 goals to 7. And it's a 7-point lead to the Sydney Swans for McDonald's Areem Hot Water. Triple M rocks footy. Still got 3 minutes 48 to go. Ball still in the middle of the ground. Stringer tries to break through again. His handball was good. On the end of it's Parrish. High ball that gets inside forward 50. Francis will be the flyer. Wright couldn't take it. Wright went back in, got his foot to it. Coming back. Really good bowl. And he got it out to Merritt. And Merritt, Luxa Fortune, was in the right spot as we see Laverde go under the MCG to get some more treatment. But Merritt to go back and make it a 1-point ball game again.
Well, what 2-metre Peter did then, his ability to pick it up off his toes and handball out and kick the ball, outstanding.
Numbers for Merritt.
Zach Merritt, 20 touches, but only 2 in this quarter.
Red Z lending loans for the self-employed. Left foot Merritt keeps it low and keeps it good for the Bombers. Back to a point, back-to-back goals for the Bombers. This is scintillating stuff at the MCG. Terrific footy. 72 plays, 71 Beacon Trade scoreboard.
And he's pushing hard forward there, trying to expose the Sydney mids. He's kicked two goals this quarter, I think, out of his 3 touches. True, he had that one that was thought maybe smothered, and then that. So he's pushing hard forward, which he hasn't been a renowned goal kicker, I wouldn't have thought. So really good strategically from him there.
Yeah, just the 50 career goals for Zach Merritt from 160 games. But Jake Stringer, 5 centre clearances now, however, all in this third quarter.
That's incredible football.
12-goal quarter, two-man, this one.
Yeah, opposed to 10 in the first half, Howie.
He's been the difference, hasn't he? Stringer, a goal himself plus the 5 centre clearances.
2:55 to go. Back to a 1-point margin the way of the Swans.
You might have signed too early there, Jakey. Gone early.
He's back in the middle now. He gets it again, but he's caught by Mills. Earlier on today, Chewy, a couple of results.
Melbourne defeated the Suns by 98 points and Hawthorn by 12 over Brisbane.
And as soon as this game finishes, where are we going, Chew?
Marvel Stadium, Giants taking on Port Adelaide.
So that is literally siren sounds and off we go, is it, Chew?
Spot on, Howie.
Essendon drive the ball forward again off the boot of Big Drapesy. Clean bowls everyone. Snelling, clean. Langford had a good day with 3. McCartan's got him. That's got to be holding the ball. Has to be and is.
How many tackles this quarter for the Swannies? They just seem, their pressure rating gone up. They seem to be closing space quite well.
16 tackles this quarter, and their pressure rating's at 191. The average is 180.
Yeah, through the roof. Johnny Longmire's dialed up the hunt.
Dawson from the side. 1 bite, 2 bite, 3, and he gets it. And then just gets ripped to the ground by Bull Durham. Dawson gets up quickly. George Hewitt. It's a beautiful name. He goes lateral and finds Dane Rampy. So still at centre-half back, Sydney. An entertaining quarter. They started this quarter 12 points behind. They currently lead by 1. Rampy looking for Heaney. Big leap, couldn't mark it. Parrish at ground level. Small ball, tries to get Devon Smith, misses him completely. In comes Rampy again. Go number 2. This one's a lot better, and he got it to Reid. That was a 55-metre bullet pass.
Well, the kick drew the lead, really, didn't he? Reid hadn't pumped out a lead, but he drove it in, and he just drew Reid to the ball. It was incredible kick.
Just watching Rampy after that kick, he might have hurt himself.
What's he grabbed?
Delivering it.
The string or the quad?
Sure.
Reid from 45. Won't be a goal, and Draper gets it through for a rush behind. 2-point lead, 73 plays 71. A minute to go in the third term.
He looks all right. Physio went out to him and he told him to bugger off, so he's fine.
So, a long ball out. Umpires picked out a free kick. I think it's going to go to Sydney again. So, opportunity for Sydney here for a blow before three-quarter time. They currently lead by 2. You see Ham on the bench. The sub. I think I've called at a kick already tonight, so maybe that one was meant to go for someone else. Inside forward 50, a good mark. Laverty held out a couple of players, and coming in from the side was Ridley.
Drives a long ball out of defence, down towards right. He gets bustled off the ball in the contest. Swans lead it by 2 points, 21 seconds before the final break. So you'd only imagine that Swans with an opportunity to score. Don't argue from Ramp. He wobbles the ball forward. They need a mark here, Sydney, or they need to get it down to Papley, who's been on fire this quarter with 3. He's got to get Papley. Dishes out a little hand pass. Give it back to Papley. He's the hot hand. They don't. They go to McInerney. That was their problem. Cunningham needs to hit a target. Dying moments. Short ball. Siren going to sound, and does. Good quarter of footy. 12 majors kicked in it. We got the close one to the MCG on a Sunday. The Bombers 11-5-71. The Swans 11-7-73. It's good by 2 points. The Bloods, McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M Rocks football.
That quarter for Beacon Trade. There to support Sparkies with 7:30am opening hours, trade prices and free delivery from over 100 Beacon lighting stores.
For Macca's 50th birthday,
Triple M rocks footy.
The Mac family has arrived at Macca's. Get a free limited edition glass with every medium or large Mac family meal.
Every Victorian AFL team has said no to sports gambling sponsorship. Together, we can make sure kids get to love the game, not the odds. Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Hi, it's Marty Sheargold from Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show, and right now, Triple M rocks football, and I'm back Monday morning from 6.
Daisy Thomas with us. Not only is the race for the 8 heating up, there's 4 or 5 teams who can still play finals.
We can't, nor.
No, well,
mathematically, I just did the sums on it. It's actually over for us.
There's 4. So if you win 8 of your next 4,
we'll get in.
Triple M's Marty Sheargold Show. Weekdays from 6. Or hear it anytime on the new Listener app.
I'm Roy Sanderson. Maximise your refund and take the stress out of tax. rjsanderson.com.au. Go online and appoint a new tax agent for you or your business. Contact rjsanderson.com.au.
They say it's a jungle out there,
But now, that jungle is in your living room.
Everything that you see wants to kill you and can.
From Disney comes the all-new action-adventure Jungle Cruise, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Emily Blunt.
Haven't you been dreaming about adventure?
Experience a rollicking thrill ride through the Amazon on an epic quest like no other.
Hold on!
Disney's Jungle Cruise, now streaming on Disney Plus for an additional fee with Premier Access. Conditions apply. Visit disneyplus.com.
Amazing deals on Acer laptops now on at Harvey Norman. Need a laptop for home use? Get the Acer Aspire 3 for a hot price of $388. Are you looking for performance? Get the Acer Nitro 5 with NVIDIA GTX gaming graphics, now $998, save $400. Get the power you need with RTX graphics and i5 processor with the Acer Nitro 5 at $1,298, save $500. Check your local store or online for more great deals now at Harvey Norman.
During COVID restrictions, things can change quickly. And that's why we've prepared a range of ways to help you or your business during these uncertain times. Our Benefits Finder in the CommBank app finds benefits and concessions you and your business may be eligible for. And we're offering a range of solutions to support business customers with their mental health and well-being. For support today and tomorrow, search CommBank COVID.
Without your voice box, you can't swim at the beach. You can't taste or smell the same. You can't breathe or laugh the way you always have. You can't blow out your birthday candles. You can't shout for your team anymore. You couldn't even speak.
Without some kind of aid, like this.
Your voice box is one of the things that smoking can take away from you.
Wherever you are on your quitting journey, Quit is here to help.
This year, Sexpo is different.
It's about education
and exploration.
Now get the handcuffs and the whip.
And having loads of fun in a safe environment.
Find yourself at Melbourne Sexpo. Limited tickets. Book now at sexpo.com.au.
Every Victorian AFL team has said no to sports gambling sponsorship. Together, we can make sure kids get to love the game, not the odds. Triple M rocks footy on Melbourne's 105.1.
Triple M rocks footy.
This quarter for IGA Liquor. Proudly local, proudly independent.
Three-quarter time, the Triple MCG, the Bombers by 8 at quarter time, 12 and a half. 12 goals in the third term, 3 of them to the Bunyip flyer, Tommy Papley sees Sydney lead it by 2 points. The final break, 11-5-73 to the Bombers, 11-5-71. Bob Jane Team Arts get world-class deals on world-class brands. Buy 3, get 1 free and instant cashbacks. bobjane.com.au. Mickey R.
What have we got, Howie? 2 points. So the Bombers have turned up. They're going for a spot in the 8. Sydney aiming for the top 4. So real good game here at the MCG. Laverde just out of the rooms. Had that shoulder problem. Fresh strapping on that. I reckon he's been juiced up too. He's freed it up. So that means that they don't lose a bloke on rotation in this last term.
Thanks, Robbo. Earlier on today, Stu?
Earlier today, Melbourne by 98 points over the Suns and Hawthorn by 12 over Brisbane.
And Choice Hotels around the ground. Are Fremantle rocking their original jumper?
Yep. Retro round.
Retro round, yeah. On Fox Footy.
I like it.
Old green style jumper.
Matty Taberner cruising.
Are they the only side getting into retro round?
Yeah, I think they seem to be as far as the jumpers go. That was a big thing down at Fox. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the game, boys? We've got the close one.
Well, they dialed up their hunt the Swannies, which we said they needed to do. Out-tackled, out-pressure and locked it in. And Papley was electric. It's whether I think the Bombers can get across the line, but they're going to need big quarters from Merritt, who, even though kick 2 was a bit quieter, Stringer and Parrish to bring them home, because I don't think the rest are driving it enough to get it done.
Amazing, isn't it? Stringer and Parker had massive third terms. They're willing their side over the line, those two in particular.
Yeah, Stringer 5 centre clearances in that third quarter, along with 5 touches and a major. And Parker, he's the number 1 ranked player, 7 disposals and a couple of goals.
For McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M rocks footy. Massive last quarter coming up at the MCG. Bounce in the middle. Draper jumped over the top, but Hickey won it. Merritt was so good. Kicked a goal in that third term. McInerney tackled by Stringer, who was just brilliant out of the middle too. Stringer in that third term. Mills tackled to the ground. We'll have a ball up. By Razor Ray sorting out the ruckman, elevates it. into the MCG air. Hickey wins it. McInerney couldn't take it. Langford did. Inside forward 50 from the side. Went Peter Wright, couldn't take it. Lloyd Bean very good. Got it to Mills. Another one. McInerney back to Mills. Mills high ball. Where's Papley? He did the damage in the third. Hayward dropped the mark. Here he is again, Papley. But he overran the footy. Tries to tap it back. Got it out. Opportunity again, but he's tackled. He's just trying everything at the moment, Papley. But the Bombers win it.
High ball. It's going to hug the boundary line.
Oh, great mark.
Well, it's out on the fuller mark by the Swans, Duck. It was a good mark. It was our man Dawson.
It's got to be a mark because he held it. He grabbed it with one clean grab.
Well, that's got to be out on the full then, Duck.
It's out on the full or a mark.
He didn't double grab it, did he?
Nope.
Let's have a look at the Harvey Norman replay. I don't understand that.
Oh, a
Duck.
little.
He double grabbed it.
Maybe a little fumble.
Harvey Norman, your leaders in technology with a huge range of laptops to suit any budget. Shop online with contactless click and collect available. So the Swans pressing. Papley's the man. He's the hot hand with 3 in the third term. Heaney's been quiet, but he's a skillful operator. It's a scything centering ball. Falls the back to Hayward. Oh, he shrugs a tackle that should have been stuck. Hayward will make him pay. Not sure who the tackler was. Ross and Duck will know. It's now 79-71, and it could have been Sam Durham. So he's only a young player, so let him off. But now it's an 8-point lead to the Swans.
And it was a low centering of ball from Heaney. He could have chosen to have the shot, but he centered the ball. But it was a low, hard punching kick that disrupted the defence. But you're right, Howie. It was a broken tackle. They look easy to make, but they're difficult. You've got to keep your feet working, get in, and it was an easy. Hayward's strength though through his core, just to shrug off the tackle was exceptional.
What do you mean keep your feet moving? You've said that a couple of times.
Well, when you reach out, you actually got to get your foot into their chest. You step right into the tackle.
Right.
Rugby league players, it's all about footwork tackling. You don't reach. Your front legs got to get in as close to their chest as you can.
Ross Lyon, Wayne Carey, Triple M Seabus Super Special Comments delivering consistent long-term return for members. Seabus for all of us. They're our Joey Johns, Matty Johns combination on a Sunday.
Wouldn't surprise if I was a reacher with the tackles, Howie.
Yeah, no.
I was thinking I didn't do it myself.
Okay, so out of the middle, Stringer. He gets a free kick. He'll pump him in. Short ball. He's got a target at the top of the 50. Devon Smith, 55 from home. Merritt just slides to 50. Has he got the journey? Stringer tries to dart around the back, but sensing the danger, Heaney blocked that off. Now Merritt gets it around the back. Cutler from 55. Big Cutler goes bang. And the Bombers get one back.
Gee, that's a big goal from Cutler. I never knew he had that sort of leg in him.
That was a brilliant kick, Ross. 79 plays 77. 2-point lead.
And it wasn't a flat click, was it? He put it up. He put it up post high and it just cruised through. So I think he caught the Swans napping, but it certainly surprised me. I never knew he had that capability on his right peg. But good to see Devon Smith involved. I'm sitting there thinking, for his ability, how he burst on, you'd love him to do what Papley does. And give us a big quarter, give us life, give us excitement. But he was involved in that leader.
Bob Jane, T-Mart, Mickey R.
We've had a gusty southwest wind, Howie. Absolutely nothing now. That's why I reckon that ball carried to the punt road end. It was struggling there for a little while.
Fresh down there, Robbo.
Oh, it's that cold, dense, paddle out first time bell stuff.
Yeah, that's it, Robbo. One of the great big wave riders, Mickey Roberts.
Around the grounds, Ash.
Around the grounds, Dockers 1-2-8. Tigers yet to score. In fact, they've just kicked their second major, Duck. So 2-2-14. Tigers yet to get off the mark early into the first.
The Choice Hotels.
Little known fact, when he was on Sale of the Century, he auditioned for Point Break, Mickey Roberts, and he got down to the last 3 for one of the major parts, but just missed out in the end.
Was that the Phelpsy part?
Yeah, no, I'm going to say what part it was. That's true, isn't it, Robbo?
Absolutely. The only thing I missed out was a goofy. I had to be natural.
Yep. Goofy. He called her a goofy footer. There's Merritt, marks on the wing. Goofy. Plays on with a little slider. Swans have got the numbers. And this man, Dawson Chew, he's a good footballer. What's he done today?
Yeah, 22 touches, taken 9 marks.
Very handy footballer.
He's played on the wing most of the day, Ash, against Cox. What are Cox's numbers?
Cox has only had the 7 disposals, Brownie.
So Bell's on the ground. I presume he was a medical sub, Robbo. As they come back through Merritt. He marks on the wing.
So, Merritt, what are his numbers, Ash? Triple M Red Z lending loans for the self-employed.
27 touches and a couple of goals.
Here comes Wright from the side. Can't mark it. Need to keep his head up towards the football. Blakey went back, handballed it. McCartan wants to release the area to Bell, but Heppel goes back. Free kick picked out by the umpire. And it's going to go to Sydney Swans. Can you believe that? The advantage to Parker. One bounce, two bounces to Parker. He's looking for Papley. Papley's going to do it all. And he's got it. He gave it off to Bud. Bud left foot stab. Goal. Good play by the Sydney Swans. Lucky on the advantage. I don't like Papley giving off balls like that. But at least it was to Bud. And he kicks his second. And now it is an 8-point lead. 85 plays 77. Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard. Proudly local, proudly independent.
Geez, there was a huge advantage, wasn't there? And all the players had stopped.
Well, a harsh lesson for him. Like, you've got to play it out until you know. Parker's experience is out the back. But you're right, Papley handballing off. Jenna, you'd like to go back and take that shot. I know he would have liked to have taken that shot.
Dylan Stevens, in fact, is the medical sub for Sydney.
You reckon he would have handballed it to any other player on that side?
No, that's a good call, Brownie. I'm backing your call. Great call. No.
Choice Hotels round the grounds. Where's this game being played, Chewy? In the West, is it?
Yeah, Optus Stadium, and it's the Dockers 2-2-14, leading the Tigers by 13 points, one behind, almost halfway into the first.
McDonald's Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy. Ream Hot Water, ask your plumber to install the Ream like Nath. They come on steady, hot and strong. Away we go again in the middle. Grabbing it out is Parrish. He goes long. Good grab, Snelling. A little sort of bustling operator is Wilbur Snelling, number 40. Just loops it into the pocket. Francis, two hands to it. Was the dominant player in the mark contest. Cunningham works hard in defence. Rampy. It's an aggressive bounce to Lloyd. Hickey, back to Lloyd. Wants to go back to Hickey. This is a touch risky, but Hickey doesn't let them down. Bangs out of defence, he does though, because he's kicked it straight to his opponent, Big Drapesy.
Yeah, Big Drape up. Probably expected a player getting around him and get that handball off him, but nobody got to him.
He had Ridley, he just didn't give it.
So now he pops one up. Francis to be the fly-up. Got out the back, and McCartan just outmarked him.
And that's exactly why he should give it off.
So McCartan goes quick to Franklin at half-back. Good long lead. Laverty couldn't get there. Well, Perkins' numbers today, Ash. He's been very quiet. He looks like, to me, he's at the end of a long season for a first-year player.
Only 4 touches and a couple of marks, Brownie.
Bud's got it on the half-back line.
It's a good point, Brownie. Even their first year, Cox is a bit quieter, tailed off a little bit, just physically fatigued.
Heaney with a big fire. Look at Papley duck. He's got your sort of Pagan's paddock. It's Papley's paddock at the moment. He's one out inside 50 with no one within 60 metres of him, duck. Duck.
Yes, Howie. What more do you want me to add to it?
Oh, just, that's a good point, Howie, or something.
Well, it's the hot player, isn't he? He's running hot. He's isolated. Give him all the space in the world. Because Franklin comes up, they're not going to drop off Franklin. You're right, he's got the whole 50 from a centre wing stoppage.
Yeah, something like Ross gave me. I think that's what I was after.
Stewart's a bit of a mismatch back there too.
Yeah, or that. Any of those things would have been relevant.
So ball on centre wing umpire. Razor's going to pay holding the ball here. Free kick to Sydney. Heaney.
Not on his own now, Howie.
No, that's... Thank you, Duck.
Gee, it's a long-winded explanation from the umpire. So Heaney, pretty much every Bomber player ahead of him, he goes wide to the wing. That's a poor kick by Heaney. You don't often see a mistake like that from him, and the mark easily taken by Dylan Clark. So Clark, short ball, the goal early today. Gets it to Heppel. Heppel looking for Snelling. Snelling marks it. Slow build up from the Bombers along the boundary line. A couple of players come off. Nick Hine just pleading with him as if he's open in the goal square all on his own, but elects not to go there. It's a lot of time Francis to run under the footy today.
Yeah,
the ball.
Great point. I was just thinking that myself, Brownie.
Great minds think alike, Ross.
Continues to lead, but doesn't check his run and just gets under the flight.
Parker hits the ball hard. Hewitt hand passes to himself in the end. Bombers are coming in. Tippin Woody's in the area. Danger. Shield snapping ball. Wobbles. Bends. Home for the Bombers. Oh, this is a game and a half of football. Lots of goals and tight the whole way through. The Bombers 13-5-83. The Swans lead at 13-7-85 by 2 points on the Triple M IJ Liquor scoreboard. IJ Liquor, proudly local and proudly independent.
Just some fundamentals Sydney did get right. They handballed the ball back into the corridor. They kept the ball alive.
They brought
into
the
wrong
pressure.
position.
And
Yep.
Brownie mentioned Perkins hadn't done much, but he contributed to the pressure there. He really got after him, and then Stringer jumped in with the big tackle to force the ball through. And I was thinking, like, we've been at Shields a little bit for his disposal, but on his right foot, look, it was a balloon ball, but it did go through. So, lovely finish.
Centre clearances, 20-6 Essendon's way. Stringer's racked up 7, Parrish with 6, and the Bombers kicked 4 majors from centre clearances as well.
For the quality they got on there, it's a great effort, isn't it, both?
Just give us these two clubs, the close finishes to men over the last few years.
2-point lead to the Bombers for McDonald's Marine Hot Water. Triple M Rocks footy. Kennedy in the middle. Couldn't take it with him. Ball going to be a free kick, and advantage paid inside forward 50. Franklin on the half volley. Gave it to Kennedy. 30 out. Lowers the eyes. City end, and he gets the goal. Quick answer for the Sydney Swans. And back to an 8-point ball game.
Well, they'll slick the Swannies, but we talk about defenders putting pressure, dirty ball. That ball come along the ground to Franklin. He's picked it up off the ground and no one laid a glove on him. You can see here, Laverde, he's been good, playing with a little bit of a leg rope there. Oh no, he's on him. Ball watching on the Harvey Norman replay. He gets the split. It just turns him inside out. And Kennedy, just the ultimate professional out of the middle.
And Doug, past 4 matches between these two sides stands at 2-2, but the margin has only been 6 points.
Red's Edge with Chew, and round the grounds, Chew up below.
It's the Dockers by 14 points over the Tigers, halfway into the first.
Earlier on today,
Melbourne by 98 over the Suns, and Brisbane were defeated by the Hawks by 12 points.
And after this, Chewy?
GWS v Port Adelaide at Marvel.
Okay. McDonald's Marine Hot Water, Triple M Rocks football. Back to an 8-point margin. When challenged, Sydney have had the answers in the second half. Here goes Langford again. He's kicked 3. Oh, Peter Wright's on the lead. Marks on his chest. It's a goal feast. There was 12 in the third term, Duck. There's already been 5.
Yeah.
We're still 13 minutes to go here.
Whoever wins the centre clearance is getting a shot on goal.
And at centre bounces, I don't give you time to, but give us out of the wins, how many inside 50s and how many goals for each team?
Peter Wright will line up for his second. The big boy from 50. He's a long kick of the football, this man. He's not so straight on this occasion, though. So, 14-7 the Swans, 91. The Bombers, 13-6, 84. The Swans up by 7 points.
It's been an up-tempo game all day, isn't it? Who's going to have the juice to keep going all the way to the end? And the mental toughness, really, not to tighten up, keep your game style.
Nath Brown will have the juice and the mental toughness to get us to the end, Ross. Don't worry about that.
Getting close to a 200-point aggregate today. You don't often see that in today's footy, especially at the MCG, which has been historically low scoring this year. Big kick into the middle. That's a massive kick into the middle with McInerney on the end of it. On the outer side goes Florent. He's on the point of the square. He's got a runner. That's Blakey. Does he give it to him now? He torched him. Eventually got there and eventually gets to him. I thought for a minute he's going to go the other way, but the kick from Dawson into the middle on the 45 is what set it up, and Blakey will go from 45.
And Dawson's aerial dominance over Devon Smith, wasn't it? But they've closed off pretty much the corridor all day, the Bombers, but that's how, if you get into the corridor, the running backs and far side winger comes into it like Blakey and Florent there, and they just carved them open.
Blakey numbers, Red Z lending, Ash.
Yeah, Nick Blakey for Triple M Red Z. He has had 13 touches.
It's been a good move, moving this man to half back. He's got the wheels, he's got the talent, and the left foot just eases the ball. He just caressed it beautifully through for a goal, and the Lizard puts them 15 up, 13 up, 84 plays 97. 14 and a half gone last quarter. Triple M, Red Z lending, IJ Liquor scoreboard.
Chu, just on the centre square bounce dominance, how many entries at Essendon's dominance provided for them and scores?
Yeah, so you look at that. So 21 entries for 7 scores. And, 21 entries for 4-3, I should say. You look at Sydney, very efficient, 7, but 3
goals won. Yeah, the efficiency's kept them in, but the dominance out of the middle's really given Essendon every hope in this game. Take that out, I think they're under a lot more pressure than they are now.
McDonald's Marine Hot Water, Triple M Rocks footy around the ground. Stewie, Choice Hotel style.
Yes, the Dockers by 14 points over Richmond. 6 to go before quarter time.
Freo in their old original jumper, the retro, with predominantly green A bit of red and
That's right.
white and purple.
Is it resonating with you, Howie? Or?
No, I love the purple and white, Ross. I prefer that. I like that they've done something different, though. I really like the predominantly purple with a bit of white, Rossi. Don't see purple in professional sports.
The jumper Sydney's got on today is outstanding.
Yeah, Good class jumper. Classic jumper. Stringer. See many other professional sporting teams in purple. Heppel inboard to Parrish. Bangs it. Bombers need the next goal. Reed marks strongly in defence.
The LA Lakers quite often wear purple.
Yeah, they do. Yellow and purple. That's a good point.
Minnesota Vikings.
They wear purple, do they?
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Okay.
So Sydney, just Melbourne Storm, probably one of the greatest teams in the history of what we do.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point about the Melbourne Storm.
Yeah, a lot of purple about.
I'll retract that last statement.
Hobart Hurricanes.
Nothing like
Enough. Don't kick the man when he's down.
Hobart Hurricanes, yep. What a ridiculous thing I said. Can we hit the dump button or delete something?
The mercy rule.
Typically we don't use the dump button on this network. Ball getting set to spiral back into play. Just a bloody idiotic thing to say, wasn't it? Stringer, my hand to Parrish. Shield, Clark, left foot slider down towards the Tip and Woody area. Hine, hurried snap out of the pack. There is a goal for the Bombers. Nick Hine. And it tightens up again. Back to a 7-point margin the way of the Swans, 97-90.
Well, as that was unfolding,
thank you, Ross.
As that was unfolding, it was a half or something. I look, and there's Hind, 20 metres out from goal on his own. So I'm not sure if he's playing back and just rolled the dice. There's not much time to go. They've pushed him forward.
Yeah, he's gone forward.
No, they've pushed him forward. I think he was they played half forward at St Kilda.
Yep.
And even though his natural position's back, but he made the most of that.
Bob Jane, Mickey R.
Yeah, Rutten down here now, so Big Johnny Longmire and Rutten down on the boundary, coaching their side. A lot of encouragement. You can hear every word with no crowd in here. And the Melbourne Storm, Purple Haze, Howie,
yes.
They're 22 zip up on Penrith, 1 and 2, up north.
They're the best football team in the country, no doubt.
Must be pretty satisfying when you make a move like that as a coach, Ross, and it pays off straight away.
Yeah, deep down, you'd be thinking one of the assistants would be claiming it.
So for McDonald's Room Hot Water, this is the ripper at the MCG. Bounce in the middle. 7-point lead to Sydney. Hickey tried to get it out. Kennedy did. Ripped it out of the hands and then tumbled it inside forward 50. Wicks with an opportunity. Picked up by Redmond. Redmond's going to get run down. No. Got his kick away just. Here's Cox. Can he pick it up? Just in front of Heaney. Did well. Showed a clean pair of heels. Looked for Stringer. Went through everybody's hands. Nick Hine playing forward. He can't pick it up. Went back. Then he got it. Cox again, wants to step around. High ball towards centre wing. McCartan did well, McCartan. He's a brilliant one-on-one player over the top of Langford.
He's a seasoned defender already, McCartan, isn't he?
It's been a great move. This Laverde forward went back. We talk about it a bit. McCartan the forward, then went back. And the ball, they just see the ball really well.
Yeah, the St Joey's down in G-Town. Tommy McCartan in game 66. Geelong Grammar as well.
He actually leads Sydney for intercept marks, McCartan.
Not cheap the school fees at Geelong Grammar, mate.
And he's the brother of the number 1 draft pick, St Kilda. Yeah.
He is. My word, he is. And Paddy's up there in Sydney, I reckon, at the moment. Working the way in the VFL, isn't he, Chewy?
Yeah, he is, and he's
been playing defence as well.
Yeah, been playing really well. Good luck to him. Deserves a lucky break or two. What do we got here? We've got a 7-point lead the way of Sydney. We've got 9.5 to go over the Bombers. They're inside 50. Goulden snapping ball. This is a skillful play. What about that for a finish from Goulden? That is a magnificent finish, and you don't hear many blokes in the AFL called Errol. And this man, he's making a name for himself. 103 to 90. More goals. 12 in the third term. How many have we had in this term, Chewy?
We've had 20 and a half, Howie, and in this quarter alone, we've had 8 majors.
Wow.
Well, that is a class finish from that far out.
40-metre left hook snap. He didn't look like missing, did he? He's impacted AFL football. They missed him when he was out injured, the Swans. Just that spread of goal kicker. You take care of Papley, take care of Franklin. Here he is, 450 stoppage on the wraparound. Heppel let him go. And the ability to kick it from 40, just outstanding.
He had some space.
Yeah, Heppel, he lost Heppel at the stoppage.
So what have the Bombers got left? Plenty of time. 9 minutes 13. For McDonald's Marine. Out of the middle. Parrish. Short ball and he finds Merritt. Merritt's kick was knocked down though, and Sydney got half back through Mills. Mills with a darting ball towards half forward and Hayward. Kicked a couple of goals. That's a nice kick to centre half forward. On the move, McInerney. Brilliant smother by Merritt. Is that a game-turning smother? Nick Hine. Handball to Stringer. Needs to get rid of it quick. He missed Shield. Enough time to go back and get it. And he got it the big 2-metre Peter Wright, who did some fancy footwork. And the bouncing ball finds a teammate.
Francis. Tippenwoody's deep. They need more out of Tippenwoody. Can he give them a lift if they get it that far? Snelling just forward of the wing. What's McDonald Tippenwoody's numbers, Chew?
He's only had 5 possessions, just kicked the 1 major.
They go inside 50 now. Langford's been the main man. Kick 3, bounced off his chest. Hurried kick out only as far as Parrish. Has he got the legs? He's a big kick for a small man. Have to go for 52, Nate.
I know Duck's normally got on this. Do you think he makes a distance?
Yeah, I reckon he might be a little bit too far out. He'll try to... going to handball it off, is he? Or if he does, he'll run around to the right and try to get that little bit of extra distance.
He's definitely got the distance, but does he have the accuracy trying to get that distance?
He's backing himself, runs out to the right, as Duck said. Now, doesn't time it at all well. In fact, he mistimes it, and it's a free kick, and it's going the way of Cunningham.
That's what happens when you try to overkick it.
And Chew, we're talking about the goal fest that's occurring. How the efficiency's going there? Normally it's about 1 goal every 5 entries. What is it now?
It's off the charts. Since half-time, Sydney going at 52% goal score.
So what does that mean? Every 2 entries they're kicking a goal.
Spot on. 12 majors and 23 entries only. You look at the Bombers, they're going at 42, also very efficient. 8 majors from 19 entries.
I love it when it's off the charts. Long ball out. Wicks. Got it to Fox. Another one to Kennedy. Been good. Dawson. Run and carry. Down a half forward, bouncing ball, Franklin. Well done by Laverty, attacked the footy, but now he's got a problem because he was on the ground. He fell over and Buddy wrapped him up.
Buddy just sat on him.
There'll be a ball up. He did, Duck. He sat on him.
Choice Hotels round the grounds, Chewy.
Dockers 2-5-17, leading Richmond by 10 points, 1-1-7, a minute and a half to go before quarter.
Laverty is out there with one arm like the drummer from Def Leppard, though.
He's a bit sore, doesn't he?
He was running back winged, wasn't he?
Free kick, McInerney. Next goal for the Swans, they're just about home. Buddy to get a shove up. I said no. Where's Papley? He's directing blokes elsewhere so he can get a snip around the Sharon. Ridley, that's a great kick across the face all the way back to Langford. He marks in the back pocket. How long we got left, Chew?
We have 6:40, Howie.
It's a margin of 13 points. So everything needs to go right for the Bombers now. They need to kick the next 3 unanswered. Merritt by hand to Langford. He bangs it over to the near side.
Here's Cox. He's got Heppel on the outside, providing the run. He needed to go there. He's got Tippenwoody further now. He wasted a little bit more time and did what he should have done in the first place.
You're right. He had the overlap runner, didn't he? I thought he could have created a pocket handball and got through.
So Dyson Heppel. A 40-metre ball to half forward, fisted away by Rampy out of bounds. So let's reset. It's a 13-point lead to the Sydney Swans, 103 plays 90. We've got 6 minutes to go before the end of this one.
What's been instrumental is the run off half back of the Swans. Blakey and Lloyd just overlap, creating the outnumber and just flowing forward.
Ross Lyon and the King Wayne Carey, Triple M Seabass Supers established themselves this year as the #1 combination in football. Free kick, high, going the way of the Swans. Old mate Robbie Fox goes inboard. Needed to be precise and was. Blake says, let's just take a bit of time out of this. Let's get a bit of possession and a bit of clockwork done. So they go all the way back to Lloyd. He'll hit a target. What's his efficiency today, Lloyd, Chew?
It's going at 87% by foot from his 15 kicks, Howie.
Good numbers. What about Dawson? He's been fantastic.
Yeah, Dawson, 24 disposals, but throwing 11 marks as well.
Who's got the votes today?
I think I'll do them today. Okay. Yeah. Give Wayne a rest.
All right.
Last week.
Thanks, Ross.
And the ball goes...
Well, he's done the hard yards for a long time. I think I'm the rookie.
Yep.
Got to step up a little bit.
Yep. He doesn't generally do them at half-time. He's taking charge of that this season. Block, free kick the way of the Swans. Heaney looking for the knockout blow. Low, scything ball. Buddy got a shove. Umpire said play on. No, other umpire said it was a shove. Advantage paid. And the goal is kicked by the Swans. Oh, mate, Millsy bangs it home. And if that's not it, it's very close. 17-7, 109. The Bombers 14,690, a 19-point margin, 4:53 on the clock, and the big Bud and the Swans are celebrating.
Yeah, Mills, he almost felt embarrassed to take that advantage, didn't he? He looked like he was going to pull up and bring it back, but certainly should have taken it. That's the true definition of when you should take it, running into an open goal like that. But he's had a couple of pushes in this quarter that hasn't been paid. That one, looking at the Harvey Norman, was certainly there, Howie.
Yep. Bob Jane, Mickey R.
Yeah, Laverde's brought himself off. He can hardly lift that right arm. They tried to juice it. They've tried to strap it. He can't even make a contest with Big Buddy Franklin out there. So Redmond, who hyperextended his elbow a little, has been forced to go back out. Laverde, I reckon, gone for the afternoon.
Thank you, Robbo.
How many individual goal kickers for Sydney? I reckon it'd be 10 plus.
You spoke about their spread, Duck. You're all over it. 11 individual goal kickers for Sydney.
So for McDonald Remont Water, inside the last 5 minutes, and the Sydney Swans, 19 points up. They go forward again, but Cutler met it full chest. They got it to Heppel. Heppel stepping in the way was Mason. Redmond did a really good job back to Heppel. Merritt got tackled by the last goal kicker and Mills, and the umpire said you held on to him too long. Merritt with a free kick. How long's Archie Perkins been on the bench for, Ash?
Let's have a look. Come back to you shortly, Brownie.
Stringer tried to unload. Once you've done that, Chewy, maybe a bit of a look at the live ladder as well when you get an opportunity. Actually, save till the end. We'll do a nice summation, Chewy. We've got a bit of time to wrap up this one before we get to the next one.
Big smother from Hickey.
7 minutes for Archie Perkins, Brownie.
Are they out of rotations?
It's a long time to be on the bench.
I think they're out of rotations, Noodles, the Bombers.
Right.
I think they might have run out. Have they run out, too? They used their 75?
They're at 75, Sydney 71.
Right. I haven't seen that before, Nate. Teams run out of rotations. So old Perko won't be getting back on the ground. Langford wobbles it forward, works out to Peter Wright. He just needs to go back, bang it through. Gone Pete, that's the way he's running back. He knows the drill. They need to kick 4 in 3 minutes and 52 seconds. He's done all right, Big Pete, today. He's kicked 1,
yep.
2.
Quiet first half. He's worked into the second half and involved himself a little bit more, which is good to see.
He kicks this, there'll be 3:30-ish on the clock. And Peter Wright does kick it. Crowd comes in loud.
Yeah, good.
What's the Lee Matthews rule? Goals and minutes.
Well, it's back to 109 to 96, so it's 13 points, Ross. There's 3:33 on the clock.
So time enough then. Time enough.
Oh, given what we've seen in this second half, that
they could have the ball out of the middle.
When you win the ball out of the middle.
Well, look for Jakey Stringer here on the burst. He's in there.
Yep.
They got their A team in: Parrish, Merritt, Stringer versus McInerney, Mills, and Parker.
You'd be flat if you had to spend the last 8 minutes on the bench because you ran out of rotation.
There'd be someone copping a cook now.
Yeah, I haven't seen it before. Right?
No, highly unusual. Not with 8 minutes to go.
No, it's 22 goals, Q-Man, in the second half.
Yeah, the scoring capacity has been fantastic, hasn't it, Howie, in terms of the efficiency? As we said, Sydney going at 52% since half-time. The league average is only 22.
It's just the way we like it too. Big scoring. End-to-end footy for McDonald's and Ream Hot Water. Triple M rocks it. Bounce. Yeah, bad one by Ray. You should be embarrassed with that.
What is your game state now? Look, obviously, got to come from. So you look for Essendon players to get forward of the ball, sneak away from stoppages, just take the punt.
Ball up in the middle. Stringer. Don't argue, but he's going with a bit too high with it. Don't argue. So free kick in the middle. Mills, what are his numbers, Ash? He's been good.
29 touches and 6 tackles and a goal.
Yeah, it's nice. And he goes wide. McInerney in no hurry.
Well, the Swannies are in their 2-minute drill. They'll just kick it around there. They'll be happy to take 30 marks without even going forward there.
Lloyd.
Bombers need to squeeze up.
He just plays the half-back role quite perfectly, Lloyd. Never goes near anybody and just uses the ball perfectly. Free kick picked out. I think Buddy's going to get it. So Buddy with a free kick. Still 2 kicks from home.
Bob Jane.
Howie, I reckon that Laverde's in so much strife. They've done their rotation 75. Braden Ham from Essendon is the sub. I reckon they're going to pull it. I reckon they're actually going to put Ham onto the ground. Whether they can do that with the substitution, I suppose they can.
That's a good question, Robbo. Is it counted as a rotation or not?
Well, substitution, probably not.
Okay.
So he's stripped, ready to go, mouth guard in hand.
Robbo, as Essendon got on half-back, have you seen a team run out of subs with that amount of time in the game before?
No, I haven't seen it. So Rutten's down here, and I know he's going off, and it's probably about that.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Free kick to Francis.
He was pushed out by Blakey. She's done here, though. 2 on the clock, 13-point margin. Choice Hotels around the ground, Stewie?
Quarter time, Dockers by 11 points over Richmond.
Francis, sliding ball, kicks it straight to a Swans defender, and that's McCartan. All right, Nate, off you go.
So, a minute 54, McCartan's put it out, and bounds and rolling while the boundary throw in. The sound technicians really cranked it up. It's 109 plays, 96. Sydney in control, minute 50 to go. They should win this. Just need to control the footy a bit here. Flicked out the back. Mills punched it on. Cox runs after it and picks it up. Big loping sort of a man. Got it to Merritt, been good again. Red man. Right foot to the 50-metre line. Right. Free kick picked out. Advantage paid. Devon Smith loves that. Left foot goal. Good kick by Devon Smith. Gives them a hope. Gives them a hope at 7 points with a minute 25 to go on the clock. And that just makes it interesting.
It certainly does. Class finish from Smith. That's an absolute ripper. But it can often happen, Brownie. You see Sydney just not playing the way they've played all game, just trying to play safe with still an amount of time on the clock that's dangerous. So you've still got to take the game on when the opportunity's there to take it on. 23
goals now in the second half. Bombers hanging in, 7 points down. Ham is on, so that's it for Laverde. 7-point margin, so they really need to rush it down there. Kick a point, Rossi, and then a goal.
Well, there's always, anything can. I've been on a couple of end of these the wrong way where it gets done in a minute. Anything's possible, Howie.
You'd be banding up Stringer in the middle here, I reckon.
I would have thought so. Jakey on the run. Can he burst out of the middle? He can't. Mills did, but the kick doesn't really go to his team's advantage. In fact, it went backwards, so Stringer's still in the mix. Parker picks it up, got one high, and now they've got a man up. And Sydney will go back and across and back and across. They go to Flor, and he can go directly back if he wishes. We've got 1:07 on the clock. The time is killing Essendon now. They don't man up, Mills gets it. And now I am calling it. So Mills has it. 55 seconds on the clock with his team up by 7 points.
So Mills called to play on now. Looking for Franklin. Hickey from the side. Franklin, big mark. They needed that. And that'll be about it. 40 seconds to go. Buddy in no hurry. So he goes backwards to Mills. And Mills marks it on centre wing. It's been impressive by Sydney. The Bombers at one stage, they led by 12 points at half-time and played some really good footy. And Sydney just opened up the lungs in the second half and kicked a lot of goals. So too to the Bombers, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a big win to the Sydney Swans. Peter Wright can't mark that. Mills been terrific. Kennedy gets it to Isaac Heaney, down to 8 seconds.
This game was meant to be played last night in a completely different state. Both sides have come down. They've put on a fantastic display. Goals galore. The Swans in the end, led by the Bunyip Flyer. Tommy Papley get it done. 17-7, 109. The Bombers 16-6, 102. The Swans by 7 points in a ripping game of Sunday afternoon footy.
Shake down the thunder from the sky. Whether the odds be great or small, Swans will go in and win overall. While our loyal Swans are marching onwards to victory.
Bombers by 8 at quarter time. Bombers 12 at the half-time break. 23 goals in the second half. So the Bombers lead it, as I said, by 12 at half-time, but the Swans by 2 at three-quarter time in the end. Sydney getting it done by 9 points. 17-7, 109 to 16-6, 102. Here's Callum Mills, courtesy 7.
This travelling part of it and how you've got to adapt really quickly, you've got the mindset right and you've got everything right, so it must have been a challenge coming into tonight as well, or today.
Yeah, it was, but our guys just ate it up, mate.
any adversity that's thrown at us, we love it. We're a tight group and we're just happy we're with each other, and we're out of Queensland and happy to be in Victoria again.
Congratulations to the mate. Go and enjoy it so much.
Thank you. It's Callum Mills. Choice Hotels around the grounds. Was that Bailey Banfield that got potentially concussed?
Yeah, tried to take McIntosh down in the tackle, and he's bumped his head hard into the turf, Howie, so he's going to be stretched off.
Hard hand over there.
Gee, that is nasty.
Very hard.
This has been a great game of footy here, Chewy. Why don't you give us a few stats while Ross just collects his thoughts before giving us the votes? We've still got a nice 6 minutes wrap here before we go to the next game with Port GWS at Marvel with Daisy, Jack Everin, Rabsy and Peter Cardamone.
Yeah, so previous 4 games between these two sides have been decided by an average winning margin of 6 points. Well, 7 points today, of course, in
about average, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, we had another tight one. But you look at the Swans, just some leading ball winners. Callum Mills, he picked up 33 disposals, kicked a major. McInerney, he picked up 28. Lloyd with 27. Parker, 26 and a couple of goals. Dawson busy with 24. Papley, 4 majors with 17 touches, kicked 3 goals in a 7-minute burst during that third quarter. And flick over to Sydney, to the Bombers, 35 to Merritt and a couple of goals. Parrish with 34. But Jake Stringer, 19 possessions, 8 centre clearances, and he also kicked 2 goals as well, Howie.
Well done, Chewy. Hopefully Bailey Banfield's okay. He hasn't moved a great deal, but putting the collar on his neck and putting on the stretcher. The game stopped for 4 or 5 minutes now. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, Triple M Rocks Footy. The Mac family has arrived at Macca's. Get a free limited issue glass with every medium or large Mac family meal. So Sydney by 9 points. And just a bit of a update on the live ladder, Chiopalo.
Very interesting. So Sydney Swans, they have now moved to 5th position on the live ladder. Currently level on points with Port Adelaide, who is sitting 4th. Of course, Port have a game in hand taking the Giants. Brisbane have slipped down to 6th position. They're 1 game behind Sydney. And for the Bombers, we need to look at them. They're on 32 points, currently 4 points outside the 8. That is because Freo are currently leading Richmond. Freo currently inside, sitting 8th on the ladder.
And a bit of movement in the battle for the wooden spoon, Chewy.
North Melbourne currently sitting 18th, Howie. Hawthorn 4 points in front, though. And there is 10% separating those two teams.
Okay. Triple M Amy review. Amy Hoop covers clangers. Amy does. Lucky you're with Amy. Just about time, I reckon, for the Triple M MVP award for Mongrel Boots. Mongrel Boots, comfy boots built for long days on site. Leaderboard after round 19, Ollie Wines with 30. Marcus Bontempelli with 25. Sam Walsh with 24. But Walsh did get the 3 votes on Friday night. It's all right, Rossi boy?
Well, it was a difficult task today, to be truthful, Howie, because there's a lot of cameos. Yeah. A lot of good players around the ground, but not all of them for 4 quarters. But, and the excitement of the call, I just thought Papley, I'm going to the blokes that influenced the game, the match winners. And he was a match winner today. He's kicked 4 goals, 1 had 17. Definitely gave 1 away, if not more. So I've given him the 1 vote. The 2, this is a little bit different. He was quiet in the first half, and I'll acknowledge that. But Parker's second half. When John Lyon was looking at his group at half time and they're a little bit after getting out hunted, you get eye contact with your senior players and you sort of stare deep into them. And he responded. That's what he would have said, dial up the hunt. Well, Parker did that. He's a big, aggressive unit. He started throwing himself around and brought an energy to the group that they didn't have. So I gave him 2.
Hold on. We'll just pause. We'll listen to the Sydney song, and then you can deliver
I love the Swan song. I loved it. 05 Premiership Grand Final.
Yeah, my word. So let's hear the Swans, and then we'll get the 3 voter from Rossi. Here they are, arm in arm, masks on.
Now for 6 weeks, this group.
Here's the Swannies.
Incredible.
The big 3 voter?
And the big 3 votes, I thought Parrish. I thought from the start to the finish, 20 contested possessions. He's continuing to sort of open my eyes up to how good a player he is. He's sharp hands inside. I know Stringer had a big game and he had 8 centre square bounces, but I thought Parrish full all over the ground, 35 disposals, 19 contested ball. He goes from strength to strength and gave them a chance to win. I thought he was one of the few four-quarter performers on the ground. So in the end, that weight of numbers from him, I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, well done, Rossi. That's the Triple MVP award for Mongrel Boots. Mongrel Boots, comfy boots built for long days on site. Darcy Parish gets the 3 votes. Ducky boy, that's just about the end of the weekend of football. Not on the M's though. Port versus GWS coming up in a few moments' time with Daisy, Jack Heverin, Rabs and Peter Cardamone. What's on for you tonight, Ducky boy?
Probably some Olympics, Howie. I'm really enjoying the Olympics.
Oh, men's 100 tonight, 10:50.
Yeah.
10:50 p.m. tonight.
I'm not sure I'll make that.
Just before
get the replay, I think.
The semi-finals at 8:15.
8:15, and I think Brandon Stark is in the high jump tonight, Mitchell Stark's brother, and then the Formula One from Hungary, so it's a big night, Chewy. What have you got on tonight, Noodles?
Won't be the Formula One, I'll tell you that. But Christina's going to the snow tomorrow morning, so I'll be just setting her up to make sure she has a seamless transition out of our house up to the snow and then getting the kids to school.
Oh, so she's going up there with others and the kids are at home with you, are they?
She's just going up, yes.
Is she a snowboarder?
Well, you're not allowed to go up with anybody else.
Oh,
so she's had it booked in for a while, and being the fact that you can't go up with anybody else, but she's going up on her own.
Right, so a bit of snowboarding on her own.
Just a bit of time on her own.
Fantastic.
You've driven her mad. She needs to get out there.
Yeah. Well, that's it here. Well done to all involved. Well done to the boys in the back rows. Very nicely done by the crew up there. Rudy on debut on a Sunday. He was very good. In fact, we'll probably never hear from Rabsy again. Thanks to everyone involved back in the studio and around the grounds. It has been Sydney. Well done to you, Leroy, in the studio by 9 points. Don't go anywhere, though. Port versus GWS from Marble next with Daisy Thomas, Jack Heverin, Rabsy and Peter Cardamone. But here at the MCG, it is Sydney by 9 points, 109 to 102 over the Bombers. McDonald's and Ream Hot Water, you know the rest. Triple M rocks footy.
Did you enjoy working on Triple M? I said, just listen, I love it.